Do you believe?
It is ridiculous to tell someone.
Okay. Okay, well. When I went. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down. Today we have an excruciating video for you. I decided to watch all of the Paranormal Activity movies in one setting. I think everybody's at least seen a couple of the Paranormal Activity movies. I mean, when I went and saw Paranormal Activity in theaters in like 2008, 2009, whenever that was, it still is today probably the funnest, scariest movie theater experience I've ever had. And if you weren't there in that cultural kind of moment in history, I don't think a lot of people will know how absolutely massive this movie was. So today I'm going to rank all of them out of the 7 movies, and yes, there's 7. People say there's 8 because there's one called Tokyo Night, but that's not an official Paranormal Activity movie, so I'm just, watch that if you want, but I didn't include that in. The Paranormal Activity franchise was all birthed from an indie film that blew up, and I feel like I wanted to rewatch it with all the success we've been seeing with some of the independent movies lately. Terrifier had a $200,000 budget. It grossed like 10 million, 12 million, 15 million, something like that. Pretty awesome. Skinamarink was made for like $7 and it made like $1 billion. It was like $1 million. Paranormal Activity was made for like $10,000. It was shot in 7 days at like the director's house, and it grossed almost $200 million. I mean, we're talking huge overnight success, like pop culture phenomenon with dollars. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down. Today we have an excruciating video for you. I decided to watch all of the Paranormal Activity movies in one setting. I think everybody's at least seen a couple of the Paranormal Activity movies. I mean, when I went and saw Paranormal Activity in theaters in like 2008, 2009, whenever that was, it still is today probably the funnest, scariest movie theater experience I've ever had. And if you weren't there in that cultural kind of moment in history, I don't think a lot of people will know how absolutely massive this movie was. So today I'm going to rank all of them out of the 7 movies, and yes, there's 7. People say there's 8 because there's one called Tokyo Night, but that's not an official Paranormal Activity movie, so I'm just, watch that if you want, but I didn't include that in. The Paranormal Activity franchise was all birthed from an indie film that blew up, and I feel like I wanted to rewatch it with all the success we've been seeing with some of the independent movies lately. Terrifier had a $200,000 budget. It grossed like 10 million, 12 million, 15 million, something like that. Pretty awesome. Skinamarink was made for like $7 and it made like $1 billion. It was like $1 million. Paranormal Activity was made for like $10,000. It was shot in 7 days at like the director's house, and it grossed almost $200 million. I mean, we're talking huge overnight success, like pop culture phenomenon. Before, this is like MySpace era, when you'd go to somebody's profile and it would just be playing Escape to Fate, that one song that was like,
Paranormal Activity was good.
Or be playing Bubba Sparks' Big New Booty if you went to my page, baby. But this is like before viral marketing, and it was just the trailer of the original one was footage of people inside the theater, and it was so captivating. I was so excited I wanted to see it. And what started as like a little local showing ended up having Steven Spielberg attached to it, and I think he tinkered with the ending. And then it became, oh, let's put it in a couple more theaters. Oh, now it's national. Oh, now it's global. It's pretty crazy to think. And from that was born 7 monstrosities. Maybe not monstrosities, they're okay. So let me just get this flat out there, because we're going to be hopping around different, we're not going in chronological order here. The intricate lore of the series is basically a family have been plagued with a demon who wants to take over the body of a child. Every Paranormal Activity movie, every single one, maybe except, no, I'd still say even the last one. The first 20 minutes of the film are going to be, oh, let's show off every gadget we have so you know how things are getting recorded. And also, we're going to joke around. It's going to be, oh, come on, stop pointing that camera at me. What are you doing? People joking around, whatever. And you maybe get one thing with, the first night might come in there and a door might barely move, but nothing really happens. The next hour of the movie is people sitting in beds, watching things slightly kind of move, people being very skeptical. They don't really believe anything, even though it's like, dude, you saw this shit on camera. Why the fuck is anybody not just being like, let's stay at a church? Let's just camp out at a church for a couple days. It's always just like, well, I mean, God God, what are we supposed to do? Believe in these wacky ghosts? Okay, I guess we'll do it tomorrow. But then, you know, it's just like, okay, tomorrow they're gonna die. And then the last 10 minutes, almost on cue, the last 10 minutes of every Paranormal Activity movie is the big crescendo ending, and it's usually very uneventful. It's kind of stupid, and it's just like, and we're done. And that's how that's how every Paranormal Activity movie is. So that's the structure. Go ahead and put up a little map. There's your road map of every Paranormal Activity movie. Coming in dead last, absolutely dead last, is Paranormal Activity 6, Ghost Dimension. Paranormal Activity 6 was one of the first ones where we deviated away from the normal cast of the first 3 to 4 movies. This is a new group of people, and they completely ruined everything that was fun about the Paranormal Activity movies. You know what's cool about these movies is that it's all imaginative. You don't ever see the demons or anything like that, because if you saw the demons, you'd be like, wow, that looks fucking stupid. And here, hey, newsflash, this was stupid. It's like a black and like it looked like Venom, kind of. I thought I was gonna see Peter Parker fucking swing in and start fighting this motherfucker. I mean, it was like literally strands of gooey smoke. Oh, they have a fancy camera, and it's like, with this, we're able to see all the different dimensions with this camera. And you see the the gooey ghost, and it whips past the camera a bunch, and all the sound effects are super fucking annoying and over the top and stupid, which is a staple of the series. But still, so many screenshots of them being like, what the hell is this thing? And it looks
Why would I
like
ignore this guy?
Deviant art ghost face that they have
You
stilled
good?
and blurred. And they're like, what? This looks like a face. Does it? Does it look like a face? I mean, all in all, it's just
No.
You don't care
No
about
peace.
these characters. The acting is terrible. It's like such a stupid, forgettable story. And also, by this point, we're 10 years into this movies, and the Paranormal Activity movies, you have to realize, follow the exact same script formula for each movie, and they don't deviate
Gotcha,
away
bro.
from it until the last one. I know, we'll get to that, but yeah, Ghost Dimension. I mean, there's a point in the movie where a portal opens up in the little girl's bedroom, and she just like she walks in, and then she dies. It's just so stupid. And by this point, my God, let me tell you, 6 movies in with the same kind of like family and drama and whatever else, and now we have new characters that are finding mysterious tapes from the previous films. It's so tiresome. This movie was wow. And this is effectively what killed the franchise too. This movie basically killed the franchise, and then I think the next one didn't come out for 5 years, which up until this point, I think they came out every year or basically every other year. So I think everyone was just like, okay, let's call it quits on this. I think we're good. So Paranormal Activity, Ghost Dimension, dead last. My God. Coming in at 6th place is Paranormal Activity 4. By this point in the film series, we are now once again deviated from the main course, and all of the weird little babies from before have now grown up, and we get the autistic little boy named Theodore. He looks like a tater tot. Kind of looks Amish, weirdly enough. It's just weird. But the whole thing is he's the kid next door. You have a very charismatic lead actor. She's really great. But by this point in the franchise, people are using like new technology. Like the big gimmick in this one was they have an Xbox Kinect. That's a rough piece of technology to use. That didn't age well. I'm pretty sure those were out for like, what, a year before they became completely obsolete. But they have little dots on the wall, and it's supposed to be all scary, and you can see stuff moving in there. It's just such a forgettable, who cares movie. And once again, the last 10 minutes are just chaotic nonsense of people screaming like, Dad, help! People getting thrown around, dumb old bitches walking around. The amount of times in this film franchise where it's just like hooded old women walking menacingly towards you, it's too much. The whole movie's just super forgettable, really annoying jump scares. It's just like, this one was such a pain to sit through. And also just all the comedy, you know, where it's like, you know, I don't know, babe. I mean, we haven't recorded. Why don't we fuck? Should we fuck? Come on, Garrick. We're not gonna do that. I think that's just about in every one of the movies too. I'm trying to think about anything else to say. It's just such a forgettable movie. There's really nothing else. There's like a scene where one of the kitchen knives, you see it go up, and it builds up the tension all nice. It takes forever, and then it drops down, and it like lands in front of the dad, and it's been hanging up for like a day. Like I think like almost a day. No one has seen a fucking knife apparently just hanging up there for a day, and the dad's just like, what the hell? And he starts yanking at it. He's like, okay, and like the wife's all pissed off at him because his dick can't get hard anymore or something like that. He's just like, what the? And nothing happens. Imagine just all of a sudden a knife drops from the ceiling and it hit. I mean, wouldn't you be like, I think there's something wrong. I think there's something crazy going on. Also, my daughter has been bitching and complaining for like a month about ghost shit, and this happens and you don't do anything? Okay, dude. But yeah, I mean, it's like, for me, It's 6th place. It's a rough one. Coming in at 5th place, almost getting to podium. Paranormal Activity 2, probably one of the most disappointing sequels I've ever seen in my life. Paranormal Activity 1 nails it so hard that Paranormal Activity 2 literally could have just kind of been a recreation of the first movie, and it is, but it's just like such a watered down version of everything. You can tell that immediately with all the craze, they were like, quick, make another movie, hurry, hurry. And in this rush, they forgot to put anything interesting in the movie, and it just follows whatever her name is. Who cares? Katie's sister. She has a baby, and they do like a weird thing where it's like, well, actually, if you start this movie before the first movie, and then you pause the first movie, and you go. It's like a weird like interjection time thing where it's like, oh, part of the movie happens before the first movie, and then it finishes after the first movie. That makes sense? I don't know. Once again, baby stuff. Things are going weird. The only good thing that puts this kind of higher up on the list is that the
It's breaking my boomer brain. I don't think it's like that weird that kids are watching this.
No, it's not even that different to stuff.
Don't let the Aussies leave. Thank you for the 5 1 gift. I'm not. I'm drugging now.
That's why I feel like we're tripping out.
Yeah.
You fucking give us drugs or something.
Skip it, boop, 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 boop.
I think that's the Fallen Toilet Angel.
I don't know the
Lucifer.
song.
Oh my god.
My daughter heard it playing on the TV and came running to watch the coverage.
Oh no.
See, that's what I mean. It has like a brainwashing effect on children as well.
But also 112 million views. That's probably every child in the world.
Definitely
I
not.
think that that's all of them.
Yeah, we're an aging population. There's probably only 10
7
children left.
billion.
YouTube has always, a lot of people don't realize this, but like, if you make content for children on YouTube, it's like an automatic fast track to just millions of views.
Yeah.
Because children don't just watch it once; they watch it literally on repeat, 1,000 times over.
Just like us.
And I think that this is basically just so it's a mishmash of music. It's like they can't listen to one song at once. It has to be like 2 songs mashed into one another aggressively. There's so much going on. I think that's what it is. That's what this is about.
At least this has good politics for the children, you know?
Yeah, this
It's
also
easy to follow.
this also has international. This is it for an international audience because there's no English in it.
Yeah.
No,
So
everyone has toilets.
yeah, which is kind of like the Darman shit, right? The reason why Darman was so popular is because he purposely made his content accessible to a international audience that doesn't speak perfect English.
International idiot.
Extremely intelligent people with a good moral compass, you mean?
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
The same creator has something to say about Biden. Oh, this is fire.
Look, I found some porn.
Wait, this
Tell us
guy's
all about
awesome.
That's great.
Okay, this is awesome. I love his politics.
Yeah.
now.
More children need to see this guy.
Good one, the fuck room.
Yeah. The skibidi toilets are like titans and their weakness is on the back of their necks. The
But you can
circle-
also throw them and they explode.
Yeah. See, there's so much.
Yes!
Yeah.
Fuck off. I say G-Man is the toilets.
Wait, someone
Yeah,
was
this shit is
he
nuts.
Spoke to the Wait, Dick Serto actually does interviews? What the fuck?
Dick
A
Serto?
bizarre series of videos have cropped up on YouTube and TikTok featuring animated fights between toilet creatures and camera people. Have you ever scrolled through TikTok late at night and found something so tantalizingly weird? His real name is Alexei,
Hello.
Russian.
and his videos of vicious singing toilet people fighting a series of hardware-headed people have racked up millions of views. Video compilation of season 14 uploaded 3 hours ago as of writing has already hit 800,000 views. An astonishing rate, Alexei says he didn't expect. It gained bigger views from the start, but it was not expecting it to be that big. It started to blow up huge somewhere during the release of episodes 8 and 9. So this is the original. For the record, this is Turkey's most important cultural asset, Yasin Cengiz. For those of you who don't know, this is where like this song blew the fuck up. This song is Romanian.
Skibidi boop, boop, boop. Yes,
Isn't it
yes,
that
yes,
song
yes.
crossed with the Wednesday Addams song? No.
No. But like that's how that song popped off originally on TikTok because he was like doing the belly dance perfectly to the beats of the song. Yeah, it was a huge meme on TikTok for a few weeks in 2022. Yasin Cengiz, who used to literally work in like the fields, like he was just like a
Let me
farmhand
jump
or
off.
some shit. Became
Of
a
course, why the
sensation.
fuck would I be able to?
And then it was user Paris Brian who inspired the fuck boom. Her excessive movements and quick cuts to a new position led to the creation of the Skibidi Toilet series. I did a parody of her take on the Skibidi Dope Dope Yes Yes meme. The Skibidi Toilet video was a random thing. Just based on an unexpected head popping out of a toilet. He was animating around 9 years using Source Filmmaker. When asked why he chose Source Filmmaker, which is known for being a little finicky, he said it was easy, and that's why he used it. And now, since then, he has earned 10 million subscribers since May. And he's now sitting at 18 million.
That's how you do politics.
He has a fucking YouTube account with 15.8 million subscribers. There's a wiki for it describing like the G-Man Skibidi Toilet, G-Man Skibidi Toilet 2.0, Titan Cameraman,
Bro, go
Titan
around, come
Speaker
on.
Man, Large TV Man.
He needs to release a
I
game.
want to hear from him. How old is he?
You know what's wild? He's not even doing shorts because like shorts are basically like a cheat code to garner like a fuckload of subs. I was talking to Ludwig about the Mr. Beast thing because Mr. Beast went on a podcast and was like, "Oh, I could get to like 20 million subs without my face being attached to it
Yeah.
tomorrow because of my knowledge on YouTube." And I was wondering if it's like something that he's capable of doing. I don't think he could reach. I don't think he could reach 20 million subs
I do not think that.
in 6 months. I don't think he could, but it turns out maybe he could.
It's him. This is him on the cover.
Yeah.
But this is unique.
What do you
We've
say,
never
bro?
seen
What do you
we've
say
never
about
seen
that?
content like this before.
This is Paris Brian who inspired it.
She's not bad. She just does like cutting to random things. Oh no, I haven't seen that.
It looks exactly
She's-
like an animation.
She's doing the Giga Chad, like the Giga Chad face meme, while also simultaneously.
Oh shit, there's a
She's
Mr.
so-
Beast.
Yeah. What is this?
That's how he got rich.
Come on, man.
I don't even know what's going on there, but it has 753,000 views. But yeah, this is like, I think I've seen some of her stuff. Isn't she
Lady
like
one.
the Giga Chad girlfriend to her like beta boyfriend or something? Is this her or is that a different woman?
I just can't imagine filming your head coming towards the
That's what I
phone.
was filming it because her hands were like.
Bro,
Yeah.
it don't matter, okay? It don't fucking matter because look at this. It has, you know, it gets like millions of views.
Switching sides.
I don't even know what's happening here, but like weird face stuff pops off, dude. It was like Bella Porch that basically
Yeah.
pioneered the weird face thing and like developed a music career for herself off of like literally just doing this.
I think it's kind of looking like you're in animation, which is what she's doing. And it's like, oh, this looks funny and cute.
I just don't understand it at all. Like I just don't.
Funny introducing yourself to people. Like, oh, what kind of stuff do you make?
Yeah. Yeah, this is my job. My job is making weird face on TikTok, which is like, you know, which has gotten me, wait, Psalm 139, 14. Oh, she's like,
Maybe she's not. Maybe it's a funny verse.
Yeah, look it up.
I fucking doubt it.
There's some funny ones out there.
It's just going to be a picture of Jesus
Jesus
Yeah,
looking
Jesus being
shredded.
being ripped.
I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. I pray. What? It's just like some religious shit. I don't know. She just likes it. Anyway. Each video is a tug of war between the two sides. The cameramen figure out how to best the toilets. In the next episode, the toilets strike back harder. As you go further, more characters are introduced. Speaker-headed people. More recently, devastating, mysterious TV people that blare the THX sound to kill the enemy. The fuck boom raises the bar he's having to pull himself back. These videos start off fairly simple, but the quality of the animation and the intensity of each fight is ratcheted up further with each minute-long video. When you watch the videos, the different animations, most recently featuring a spider like a toilet, are incredible. However, Lexi admits that he had to scale back how frequently he uploads to 2 days because the quality of the videos has risen.
All he's doing.
There's fakers. Meanwhile, on TikTok, there's a forgery happening. A user is making their own, albeit worse, versions of the videos to piggyback off the success of The Fuck Boom. These videos feature similar tropes, and commenters are slowly picking up on the quality. TikTok, though, is not interested in removing the content, according to Alexei. I try to take them down, but TikTok support doesn't care, even after the proof they've given to them.
I'm in a toilet gun.
Yeah, it's like, I'm The Fuck Boom. This guy is doing fake skibbity. He's not doing the
But it's
real
crazy.
skibbity.
He puts one of these out every day, and he still found time to do the Biden oil meme.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah, that's how you know he's a real one who actually does care. He cares about his politics.
I want to know the storyboarding process for these animations, you know? See the writer's room behind this. This is cool.
He's getting how off-putting this is.
I feel like you guys are having a visceral negative reaction to this.
That's you.
Whereas, like, I think it's cool. I'm not even joking. I find this to be...
Somehow, every time I start seeing it, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah, I feel a bit sick. Just unsettling. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's
What is the song?
it's a
Party
repeat.
all night, standing on the floor.
Is that it?
Baba Booey. The Baba Booey bomb. Like, dude, no fucking Generation Alpha or Zoomer knows what Baba Booey is. You guys even know what it is?
I only saw Ethan do
It's a Howard Stern reference.
it.
Which is like, it's crazy to see,
I
like...
saw H3 Ethan say.
Oh, really? Not really relevant to this, but I remember watching Jokar Face on stream. What a weird and wild time. Yeah, I mean, I love Jokar Face as well. Oh!
See, that
No, I
makes me
hate
feel
when
bad.
my skibbity toilet falls on me, dude.
Off a building.
Dude, it's really fucked up.
Just,
Oh, he found their headquarters. Oh no, the camera. They caught the camera.
fuck. They are so much cooler. They actually look
This
cool.
one has 191 million views. This particular one, I guess, was like all the little kids were like, "This is my shit." This is where the Skibidi Toilet saga really started captivating larger audiences. Where they're like,
It's funny to watch this and not the earlier one. There's like millions of people who are like, this makes sense from here on in.
yeah.
This is great as well because it goes against everything you hear about how to go viral
Yeah,
on YouTube, where it's
yeah,
like
that's nice.
catchy thumbnail that has a clear topic and a title that makes sense to people. This makes no sense.
Yeah,
at all.
it's
done
funny.
the opposite.
It's funny thinking about. Well, it's shorts, so shorts is like I think different, but it's funny thinking about like a 10-year-old who's like, actually after episode 17, Skibbity Bob became too derivative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really lost its original flavor when the creator tried to dive into different cinematic sequences and an art style that he was unfamiliar with, and it really shows.
Oh yes.
The big ass camera.
Whoa! Fuck them up.
Oh fuck. I would hate that.
Oh god, toilet skibidi. Oh no, spider toilets. Okay, the all episodes one is just the the repeat. So we're skipping those.
What the fuck was that?
Oh yes. It's the big. There's a big camera here.
I'm not kidding when I say the fuck boom is a Hassan viewer. I don't. How do you know that?
Is there? Please tell me there's a Hassan animation out there somewhere.
Well, that's what I
Well,
thought
no,
the guy-
Amon Animations is a Hasanabi head, and he makes Gmod stuff too. Or I think he uses Gmod. That one is definitely a
What?
the Fug Boom. He is not. He created this account in 2016, so this is probably him. But he has not chatted in here, so there you go.
Has he watched? You don't know.
Oh, he does Blender. He uses the Kojima Fox engine, I think. You guys have seen Amon Animations, right? Sometimes I catch myself watching a short 2 to 3 times all the way through before I can move on. Well, there you go. That's how you do it. Fox engine is proprietary. They don't just give it out.
What?
The one that he uses. Here. I mean, his stuff is like way higher quality than.
Oh, I saw the Sam Cedar one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the topic.
Isn't it?
Beautiful.
It's wild because this is like my old apartment.
Wow.
I'm just waiting for you. Skibbity bop bop bop. Yes, yes.
do your face well. Yeah, very
That's
accurate.
pretty good.
I'm here to talk to you today.
That's
about
so fucking
music,
good.
arts, fashion. One of the greatest problems that our generation is facing. The biggest scourge that affects our society. Against all of the cultural and social progress we've seen.
Tiny head.
This is a war.
Did you actually say this?
Yeah,
This funny up is
I had to do, yeah, I mean, it was cut up in the original fucking magazine shoot where they were just like freestyle about something, and I was like, I'm very uncomfortable. So I just like tried to say things on camera.
Yeah.
It is one of the worst things I've ever done in my entire life.
War against rational behavior, and we're not even aware of it. And that's
Jesus Christ.
this is like the Harry Potter
kind of an example of
Balenciaga.
resetting. The problem
Yeah.
with America is that because of cultural imperialism, we are literally teaching the rest of the world how to think.
The Roblox body.
Culture
No.
is the backbone of the resistance.
Is that it?
All it seeks to do is sedate the masses. Culture now seeks to appeal to our primal urges, our
Make
base
your head
needs.
smaller.
We're now in the age
Yes.
of mediocrity. You can bring about the positive change you want to see in this world. Because the revolution will not be televised. Revolution will not be televised. Only you can bring about the revolution by taking it to the street.
This is much better than the original, to be fair. It's
That's
significantly less
great.
cringe.
Fucking idiots. Fucking morons. God damn it, I hate you so much when you do this shit, Chad. I hate it so fucking much. I'm 12 years old.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
He's done so many sick ones.
How
I mean,
does-
he
how does
made.
chat feel about that?
Wait, what do you mean? We
Without
love.
being eaten by yourself.
Oh, they love it. This is Punish Bernie, where
Oh, he gets like more radical, does
the Bernie one was sick. I make an appearance in that one as well, but he just keeps making my head small in them, which is fucked up. Ow.
Well, it's probably because you watch it and you're like, oh, that's fucking.
Where the fuck did he go?
Like, well,
No. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a
hands
fan.
full
He's
now.
100% a fan. He's,
Ah.
he's,
he? Oh my god.
Wait, I want to see that real quick.
where
He's beating some shit up.
We're now in the age
Yes.
of mediocrity. Revolution will not be televised. Only you can bring about the revolution by taking it to the street.
this is much better than the original, to be fair. It's significantly less cringe.
Fucking idiots. Fucking morons. God damn it, I hate you so much when you do this shit, Chad. I hate it so fucking much. I'm 12 years old.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, son, what are you doing?
He's done so many sick ones.
How
I mean,
does-
he
how does
made.
chat feel about that?
Wait, what do you mean? We
Without
love.
being eaten by yourself.
Oh, they love it. This is Punish Bernie, where
Oh, he gets like more radical, does
the Bernie one was sick. I make an appearance in that one as well, but he just keeps making my head
Hey,
small
guys.
in them, which
Come on.
is fucked up. Ow.
Come on, group
It's
up.
probably because you watch it and
Group
you're
up.
like, oh, that's fucked up, and then they hear that, they're like, well,
No. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
hands
a
full
fan. He's
now.
100% a fan. He's
Oh my god.
More.
I think I've seen this as well. Or seen like pictures from it.
the chatters are like more skibbity, more skibbity. There's not enough skibbity in this.
Your audience is all 10.
That creed, reaffirmed by those who planted flags from
Not
foreign
surprising.
battlefields
They do
to the
behave like
surface of
that.
the- A creed at the core of every American whose story is not
I wouldn't go
ordinary.
there. I would not go there after that.
Yes, we can. Because of you.
dude.
Because you sacrificed so much for a people that you had never met. That's part of what makes us special as Americans. Unlike the old
This is amazing.
This is
empires,
terrifying.
we don't make these sacrifices for territory or for resources. We do it because it's right.
Just makes them all seem like bad actors, which is really
came to
good.
this
Bad
country
guys.
from Poland
Yeah.
at the age of 17 without a nickel in his pocket. which sparked my interest in the need for immigration reform because I know what it's like to be the son of an immigrant. We grew up in a 3.5-room rent-controlled apartment in Brooklyn, New York.
I think Bernie's hotter than
My
this.
mother's dream,
Yeah.
and she died very young,
Not
but my
a bit
mother's
dirty.
dream for her whole life was to be able to get out of that rent-controlled apartment and own a home of her own. She never lived to see that.
Then let us give hope to people in America today who have lost hope. Let us provide jobs for the jobless, housing for the homeless, food for the hungry.
A handful of people.
I can't believe it didn't even get.
And they
It's fuck. It's just fun.
I wish I could give you better news, but I
With the eye patch.
that is that we are now supreme.
Bernie's been through some hard
This
times.
is making me want to cry.
Vice President
Yeah.
Biden, and the path towards victory is virtually impossible. And so today, I'm renouncing the suspension of my campaign.
He's an Amazon delivery driver.
Oh, is this from the? Is
It's
the
from
character
it's from Death Stranding.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Stranding. He's in Walking Dead as well, isn't he?
He was also in Walking Dead, yes. Norman Reedus. I try to get Hideo Kojima to watch this. I don't think he watched it.
It's amazing.
The thing is, like, Hideo-san,
Why would you make him that ripped?
Hideo-sama did not watch it because he did not talk about it. If he watched it, he probably would have said something about it.
10 minutes.
Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue.
Oh, nice.
Sick.
Bill Gates.
Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein's in the background with the boys.
It's a dancing naked lady.
Is this made in a certain video game?
It's the. I guess it's the. What do they say? It's the Fox engine.
The whole world wants you
I
dead.
feel like I've played one of these games. I
I'd
don't
like to join up.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Build that movie
No.
of yours.
This one's not hard.
No. This is Metal Gear Solid 5. This is like all of the cinematics, all of the. It's made in Blender. It's not really. It's Blender. It's not the Fox engine Lamau. It looks like Metal Gear Solid 5.
First, we'll need to save him. He's in Los Angeles. You're a legend in the eyes of those who recognize. That's why you'll have
Yeah,
to
it needs
handle
more
this mission
scuba.
yourself. That's how Haas would want it.
Haas. Oh God.
Now go. Let the legend come back to life.
Yes.
I wish Bernie could ride a horse like that. If he grew a beard, he would look way sexier. He would have won. I maintain the position that Bernie Sanders would have won if he grew a beard.
Just a bit more sex appeal would have got in there.
He's vaping. He's going to Blinkerton City, dude.
Whoa.
Sick.
Ay, ay, ay.
This is like also a real Amazon facility.
Yeah.
Next to the favelas, remember? Where the fuck was it? It's like in some South American country. It might have actually been Mexico even.
I would play this game. Like a self-learning.
Do you reckon you could legally do that? Okay, where you assassinate Jeff Bezos?
Why you gotta make me, why you gotta put me in here and still
It's me.
give me a tiny head?
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
You look hot now, at least. It's good.
Yeah, well, with a tiny head? Come on. Yeah. Yeah, put my glasses back on.
See.
I need them. I need them to get my power back.
Your hands
You
are
this
so
long, dude.
fucking-
Fuck.
A socialist punished by success. Danny DeVito, an actor driven by a cause. He's quiet. Noam Chomsky, a 6,000-year-old sorcerer.
Oh, it's Elon.
Divorced emerald mine inheritor.
You got 3 people owning more wealth than the bottom half of the American society. That is insane. And that has got to end.
Do you have a role in this? Do you get a fight scene, Hassan?
I don't remember. No spoilers there. Just watch.
Uh-huh.
Got a buster sword. Watch out.
See. This looks way too good.
Yeah, it's so cool. That's a Dragon Slayer sword from Berserk. Okay, shut up, nerds.
It's as if some evil demon decided to take over the human species.
Maybe we could show this to the people of Taiwan and they would believe it because they're
Yeah.
conditioned. Because they're conditioned into, receiving news this way. They're like, what? What's happening in America?
Hassan and Bernie fought Mr. Bezos?
And much of the world was trying to counter.
I love Danny DeVito's cameo in this.
Yay, everyone loves
I mean, that was good, but also very strange.
Carlson, Nick Guy, Alvaro Garcia.
Oh, he reads his donos.
To thank Ostenox for providing the lines from Hostenox, the AI-generated voice of Hassan. This whole animation was really tough to make. For 2022, my goal is to produce smaller and more frequent.
Oh, smaller and more frequent, like Skippy Toilet.
Yeah, well, he's been doing a lot of banger ones with like Yadolf, Bill Maher, Tucker Buckley, Swanson, McNear, Carlson. So he's done a lot of great ones.
Yeah, very, very impressive.
Yeah. Anyway, the Crowder one got removed. Wait, why? Show the rest of the Skibidi episodes. Anyway, so we have our own version of Skibidi with a more coherent plot point. Is what I meant.
Oh, we are watching.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna. I never chose to stop.
Sick.
Especially because like it's starting to get way sicker. Oh wait, hold on. Never mind. That's like we're at 18.
Yeah.
Look at the difference though. Look at the difference between like 18 versus 46. Like he actually has gotten way better.
That's a bad thing though, because then he can't release as much Skibidi, you know?
Crush his head.
Sick.
I'm a starving child. I'm a starving child starving to death, and this is the last thing I will ever see. Yeah, I just fed your soul, bitch. Okay. You're about to go to the afterlife well fed. Which side are you on? Camera guy. Easy.
I thought
Easy.
you were Skibbity Toilet guy.
No, Skibbity toilets are like very clearly in the wrong here, I think. Because like, look, they're so scary. They're always scaring. It's just reminding me of my potty anxiety. You know what I mean?
I'm a dad.
Yeah, I don't like this. This is the all episodes 1. We've already seen this. Okay.
Oh, they interrogating a Skibbity Toilet?
They killed it.
That's it.
Oh, but he called him.
Fuck.
Hassan, give me Skibbity or give me death. Skibbity toilets seem to be some evil race. They're just like they represent the evil in humanity. Can you turn it up just a little bit? Why? You want to hear the same song over and over again?
Yes, 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 you're so close.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, they got him.
But we already know that he doesn't die because we saw him later.
We saw him in 46.
Whoa.
Okay,
fucking
suspend your
firehead.
suspend your disbelief for a second.
Yeah.
Forget that you saw the earlier.
Oh, what did they find
Why?
out?
What happened?
They're scared of something?
No, they're making like
Oh, it's weapons.
Oh,
they're making a new weapon. Like they're finally making a camera man weapon
Wait,
that's
wait,
like
wow.
no, it's all episodes are
Such a bad place.
all episodes are incorporated in here. So like every 4 episodes, there's just like a video that goes back to the yeah.
Maybe that's how you meant to watch it.
So we're
Maybe
going to
we
get
don't
a story
understand.
now.
Wait, have we seen this one as well?
No.
I feel like we've seen them flushing heads, but that was ridiculous. That was on the grass.
Oh, I've not seen this. Fuck off. I hate it. Oh no.
A new song.
We have seen this. This is one of the first ones.
Yes, we're winning.
And they've got a better song.
Look, they have headphones because they don't want to hear it. He's like, put the headphones on. Don't hear the skibbity bullshit.
Can we do that?
Oh no! The headphones is for the
Sound, bro.
oh for their sound weapon.
I'm beginning to really hate this song.
I love it. It hasn't gotten bad for me at all. Oh
Yes.
dude.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
the
they're
fight's
fucking
getting better.
destroying them now.
Sick.
What did he hit him with?
Hit him with the camera. Hit him with the camera. Hit him with the camera. Oh, thank God. Thank God he was there.
I'll get that.
Whoa, that one's a scary one, dude. That's a scary skibbity toilet. Oh, and finally, Audio Man is now a part of the lore. He enters the fold. Let's go.
I don't. It's scary. You don't be responsible for nightmares.
How old is he?
He's 5.
Oh, dude, he's gonna fucking love this shit, dude. He's gonna be like, this is crack cocaine. Please give me more.
And if he's gonna be scared. Yeah.
No, hit him with a good one. Hit him with episode 17. That's like the pivotal moment of the series. It's the pivotal moment of the saga. You gotta get him hooked with like the best episode. Oh, he just sat on the toilet like it's nothing.
Oh, all episodes.
Okay, it's fine. It's not, we're skipping now.
Whoa, tiny little. To the prison?
Dude, that's good. That makes me feel safe. I think what we're gonna find out is that the skibbity toilets were the bad guys, but so were the camera guys.
Yeah.
Like their methods in squashing the skibbity toilet rebellion will actually be so over the top that like at the end you find out that like both sides are evil as a matter of
that the
fact.
skibbity
It's like an
toilets are
Attack on
underground.
Titan style situation.
We don't know why they're enemies of the first
Yeah, we don't know
place.
what the toilets want from society.
Yeah.
Maybe
Apart from
they want to
religion.
mass surveillance people. Maybe
Yeah.
they want to be in.
And that's why these guys are in the toilets, because they're hiding from the surveillance state.
Yeah.
It's the only
Yeah.
place the cameras don't film you.
In the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they don't like it. The surveillance states wants to film you when you're doing a poo.
They want to film you shit, exactly.
Oh my god, they're getting fucked. Doesn't do it sometimes, huh?
I saw my
Great
ADHD is invested, but my politics fixation is having a stroke. I don't know whether I should yell about no politics or get turned into a 10-year-old. I think a lot of you guys are really fucking annoying, and you lose your goddamn mind when I don't like tell you the same fucking things I'm going to tell you about NATO. Like, because the entire docket, the entire fucking news content today is all just like, oh man, NATO's happening. NATO, will they give Ukraine Article 5 powers? Like, oh, no, they won't. But they set a timeline for it, and it's like, it's really fucking annoying. This is at least, like, unique, and it's at least interesting, and it's, like, captivating an entire fucking generation. An entire generation of kids. And I'm trying to, understand a little bit. People literally use your streams as their daily news. I understand that, but sometimes it's not going to be fucking hardcore news coverage from the jump.
But also, this is all kids are going to be talking about. Every kid, this is going to be their formative fucking show for the rest of their lives, and we'll have to understand why kids, think in a certain way, and this will be the reason.
Flooding in the Northeast, and then NATO. That's all there is going on in the fucking in the docket.
Oh no, is that a new kind of toilet guy?
But I also do think
Is that a bidet?
I also do think that
Whoa.
like there's something about this video or these video series that like they're scared.
What?
They're supersonic skibidi.
Yeah, the skibidi toilets have advanced.
Not the woman.
There are no female skibidi toilets.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like I can see this smarmy ass fucking Hoscord news frogs like complaining about how there's no news happening right now in the Hoscord being like, this is really awful, like he really needs to stop, he's fallen off, we need a new place to get our news coverage type shit. I can feel it right now.
Oh my god.
That's literally Dick Cheney. That's a Dick Cheney skibbity dop toilet.
The toilets are getting scary.
It's just funny, everyone just gets like a little like technological advantage and then beats the other two. Just the same story now and again.
No, he's controlled by the toilet.
Oh no. Or no. This actually gives us updates on the lore though, because like in the future we saw like some of the newer episodes where like some of the camera and audio guys were fighting the camera guys.
Huh? Got toilet feet now.
Oh no, that's a bruiser.
Oh whoa!
No!
Shit.
It's like camera on camera violence now. They're fucking killing each other.
Bad.
Yeah, things are looking really bad for the camera people, for the good old camera folks.
This song's fucking me up. I can't.
Yeah, this song is really.
Is it weird that
Listen to
it hasn't gotten bad for me?
How is it? I get scared before it starts. Like the build up happens, I'm like, fuck, that's.
I feel like I liked it.
I don't know what
Minutes.
I don't know what it is. It's just like incredibly captivating for me. I'm not even joking when I say this is captivating.
Because I'll never be able to listen to the original song ever again.
The original song sucks anyway. Who gives a shit?
No, what's this one though? All night.
I like it. I like this a lot. I don't know why I like it a lot. It's
I
good.
like the cameraman song. Whatever that is.
Oh, everybody wants to rule the world.
Yeah. Is that Crowded House? No.
I think so.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Oh no! Fuck! Oh thank God. No!
No, that's how Skibbity Toilet. Oh, this makes so much sense.
Dude, if they take this guy, we're fucked.
He's the fucking the best guy.
Oh, you turned on him. Okay. This is Skibidi Toilet Season 1 full screen.
This is episode 1.
Yeah, we skipped it. We're back on. I'm on track. Don't worry. I'm skipping all the recaps.
I'm going to be proud to say I watched every Skibidi.
You said Evity.
Everything. Everything. Breaks my brain. I'll be able to
Whoa, this is a mixture.
Full hybrid.
They made hybrid Skibidi Toilet camera people.
No, we have to be camera people because they never show us first person view of Skibidi.
Yeah, no, we are camera people.
Yeah.
Like, we are watching this. We're watching all of this unfold from the perspective of camera people. I'm gonna finish this until, like, I don't give a fuck all to... let me explain something to you motherfuckers who are leaving right now and complaining that this is not news, okay? I will watch this until there's one person in the chat. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, okay? And then I'll end the stream and I'll keep watching it myself.
Just gonna hear you in your bed tonight, just listening to this.
Oh, they de-toileted him.
Oh. See, that's him. That's like the guy. That's us. We are camera people.
Oh, they got a raid to de-Skibidi them.
Dude, so they're becoming zombies. Come on.
Yes, please.
He's gonna fight him now?
Oh, you take it.
Whoa. Dude, the story's getting better.
Yeah.
Did it not work on the big guy? Oh. Then we saw this one.
Oh yeah, good call.
So Skibidi.
Yeah, the song is getting kind of old.
Yes.
I guess maybe if you watch one episode a
Yeah,
day,
what happens though?
it could be fresh.
We're gonna miss out on a lot. It's gonna be hard for us to fill you in.
Pull it.
Oh, they put the big camera. They put the big camera on
just need
because
your
they're
hammer.
gonna try to use it on the Skibidi Toilet people that have been converted.
Thanks.
Oh no. They're back.
Yes. Fuck them up.
He's still bad though. They still haven't been able to convert him.
The big cannon on it. Oh, come on.
Dude, this one, that Skibidi Toilet is too OP. They're using a big camera gun now on the Skibidi Toilet converts, cameraman Skibidi Toilet hybrids, and it's working on the smaller people, but it's not working on the large one, or at least the large audio man. We're about to fucking find out if the camera beam works, but we can't actually figure it out because G-Man Skibidi Toilet came in, deflected it or stopped it, basically ate the fucking beam and then fought back. Oh no, they're losing. They're starting to lose.
Method. I've never
They've
seen
developed.
Oh, anti-things.
Everdark Reforged. I
That's
need
a winky
Ice
face.
Brand. I need Brightburn.
Alright, we saw that already.
We're close though. Isn't it over?
Ice
Yeah,
Brand.
there's like 17. There's like 10 more episodes left, I think.
Sick.
Yeah, he's got it.
Ooh. Also, the TV guys are just hot.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Okay, I got the Everdark Reforged. I just need
Look at us.
Goddardong.
Smile. Smile, chat.
Yup. It
Wait,
will
why
be
are
good.
you just like repeating now?
Flawless Stone Tongue.
What's happening?
I'll put a filter on your camera.
Flawless
I can't see
Loincloth.
No,
No,
when he
but
puts
then-
it on, it's to protect them from the beams, from the CRT
Yeah,
beams.
I'm seeing. Okay.
Alright, perfect. I just need that Goddardong. Oh! Almost
Yeah.
there!
Kids don't even know what Dolby is. They don't recognize
Ultima
this.
weapon. I wonder if that has
Yeah,
like
now
special,
They know it as, like the savior.
I don't know, like some special benefit. We'll see.
Yeah, TH.
Thanks, bro.
THS.
Where's the shop? No.
THC.
I'm happy that
Who the fuck are you?
And the cinema people are fighting back against the toilet rebellion. That's like a cute face.
Skibbity bop bop bop.
Okay, why did he
Skibbity
put all of
tit
these in a row? It says no, don't do it.
Oh, that's just what that makes them do it. Oh, it's even better.
Oh, these are like little baby toilets. Oh, they're fighting each other. They got a new beam that makes them fight each other.
Dude,
These
toilet's
TV
fucked.
guys are amazing. Oh. Oh no, he's gonna take the fucking.
No!
What's gonna happen?
Oh no.
Wait, where's our dude going?
We don't know yet. We don't know what happened to him.
It's kind of cool. I play this game.
Oh, they got sunglasses from the covers that they were given. Fuck that.
It's not working.
We're out of here. Oh shit! They just disappear as soon as it doesn't work.
I play this in
They
Unreal
didn't
Engine
disappear
5
fully, but they're trying. They're trying their best.
HD toilets. Yeah, these are like.
You know what's fucked after we watch all these? We find out the new episodes.
Yeah.
Good thing
No.
it's like
I'm-
daily.
Skibbity bop.
Every second day. We get a new
Oh, he punched the fucking glasses off of his face.
Bully.
This is so sick.
This is pretty cool. This is like
Motherfuckers watch Attack on Titan and then like poo poo this. You know what I mean? It's like this is better. Like
Yeah, this
It's
is why
just
you
abuse
like
of
this so
this art.
much, Hassan. This is just anime.
yeah.
It's anime without the talking in between.
Oh, glasses come picking the sound.
They keep improving their like it's a arms race. You know what I mean? There's like maximum conflict. Both sides are fighting. It's a constant arms race. Like they're developing new defenses as soon as like one side creates new defenses. But the real defense against the top of the hour ad break is just a simple subscription. Because at the top of the hour, the skibbity dope want you to see the ad break, and the TV guys don't want you to see the ad break, and they're basically telling you like, listen, as long as you subscribe for $5 or for free with the Twitch. Oh my God, Jank has joined the skibbity dub. Yeah, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or free with the Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub. If you're lucky, here's the 3-minute ad break now. That's it. That's how we fight back against the skibbity dub toilets. Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Almost
continue.
there. So excited. Oh, there's a regular guy in there without anything in his head. See that?
Like
Where?
a regular
a
man.
Human, yeah.
Where,
Human in
where?
the window.
Where?
Look.
Whoa!
Oh!
It's just a guy. They only wear those things as helmets.
Oh, so they're normal men.
Yeah.
Just protecting their head.
We're just regular men.
Regular men.
We're innocent men.
I did not skip an episode. Shut up.
Just normal men.
I would never skip an episode.
She's saying he's a normal man as well?
I guess so. It's a very large normal
Dick.
Oh.
Have we not heard the song this episode yet?
Yeah, he stopped it. I think he heard the complaints. Maybe the 10-year-olds were like, even we're starting to see too much
We're starting to go
Too much
crazy.
I
skibbity.
can't believe these guys can just disappear.
Come on, you bring about the skibbity.
I don't want it.
Now you
nice
want it.
walking
Now that you don't have
section.
it, you want it.
There we go.
This is where the real fun is at.
This is just a mecha battle now? Yeah, I mean, it's been a mecha battle.
That's the thing is, I don't like it without. I thought I hated the skibbity, but without it, I.
We've seen this episode, remember?
Yeah, we did.
What
They got a
the fuck?
new guy. And he's flushing. Oh, he's a urine. He's not a regular toilet. Yeah.
He neutralized him effectively. Okay. Oh, he's
they
freeing the
always-
cameraman inside of the skibbity mouth. They always throw a thumbs up, which is like, which, you know, makes you happy at the end of it. There's
Yeah.
always like a smile or a thumbs up to just be like, all right, I feel good about this.
It's under
Sad
control.
bro.
Yeah, everything is fine. The Patriots are in control.
I think we saw this one as well.
Yeah.
This is the fuck one.
It's just a minute long one.
Like he's about to win.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Audio Man comes back. Oh yeah, he starts cutting off the speakers.
Sick.
Oh no, he's like destroying him, but he's close. He's close to fucking him up. And then Audio Man comes in and ends the life of the
he's trying to disappear.
TV
He's
Titan.
trying to black cloud away.
Yeah, but he couldn't disappear because the audio. Oh wait, he did.
Damn it.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
so he's still safe.
Oh, there's still hope yet.
See, we didn't understand the law.
Yeah, now we know. Now we know because like we thought Audio Man was like betraying him, but it turns out Audio Man doesn't know. Like Audio Man, Speaker Man does not have full grasp over his own actions at this point, because we know from earlier episode 17, where the Audio Man was like converted.
Yeah, yeah. Lord Audio Man.
What? Cameraman Lord, the sad origin.
Oh, someone-
This was uploaded 13 hours ago and has 300,000 views.
But it's just another person.
I need to make an IDAT skibbity toilet video. I think that's the only thing I could do.
Yeah.
Can you make your head come out?
Yeah, my head.
I
has to come
didn't
out
think
of it.
Skibbity Toilet versus Cameraman.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, and then you have to make a cameraman.
Yeah.
Mandis City. In this town lived the happy family. And one day, fate decided to play a cruel
Oh shit, we gotta go.
During a
Meeting's in
fight
half an hour.
Oh my god, you guys got so
Oh, we
invested.
got so skibbity.
Bro, you got so invested in the Skibbity Toilet saga that you forgot.
Fuck,
That's
guys.
awesome.
We're already late.
Yeah, when you get to the meeting, tell them that it's because you were too busy learning about the Skibbity Toilet War. Be like, have you seen the Skibbity Toilet War? Sorry. Here, can we throw some of this stuff out? What do you mean? You just got the fucking fountain. The best idea.
This guy can't do anything to protect his intellectual property.
Oh yeah, you could just steal it too. It's so perfect. Actually, don't betray the guy who created the most important.
Bye bye. We'll see you next year.
Yeah. Or we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll come to Australia. Also, Alex is gone, but you'll be back. Yeah. Bye, guys. It was wonderful. Yeah, they're leaving. They're not missing a flight. They have a meeting. Yeah, I didn't make you a basketball player. You're Serbian. You're Serbian. You had it in your blood. Always. I just got you to recognize it. Anyway, we're continuing on with the Skibbity. No hug, you jerk. Bro, they're back. They're not leaving yet. I'm gonna see them. They're just leaving the stream. Those videos finally got rid of the Aussies and thought it wasn't possible. Anyway, let's continue with the lore, and then I'll get to the news after.
Mini toilets and cameramans. A defeated toilet fell on the family home. The terrible incident claimed the lives of the entire family except John. The entire house was drenched in the green blood of the skibidi toilets. John was left alone among the ruins, unable to believe what was happening. He sat in silence for hours, watching his city being destroyed from the ground. Suddenly, a strange sound came from behind a broken TV filled with green radioactive liquid. The mutated blood of the skibidi toilet had gotten into the TV and brought it to life.
I don't know if this is real. I feel like this is just fanfic. Like, this isn't real canon. And I feel like it's disrespectful to watch this because it's not canon. It's like made by a fan. And I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's misinformation. You know what I mean? It's like skibidi misinformation. We don't know the real reason, I think. I'm just saying, like, I would rather respect the creator's wishes and not fall for this, like, skibidi propaganda. This could literally been made by skibidis themselves. You know what I mean? I can see them. I see this as like, it's AI art too, so I feel like it's skibidi propaganda. Whereas this is the real deal, you know what I mean? Whoa! There's a human. Oh, it's over. That's the last one. There's like a human in there. At the end of it. Wait, but there's more,
give me some more
right?
combos.
I thought there was more. We saw episode 40. Did it end? Is that it?
Was good.
Oh my god, that's it. DVD Toilet 47 is the last one. Oh, that's, you guys watched all of them. You guys actually saw all of them except for this ending sequence where, oh my god, I caught up. We caught up to the Skibidi Toilet saga. We now know. Bro, look at this. Who's the strongest Titan Skibidi Toilet? Analysis. 1.3 million views. I watched every Skibidi Toilet video and it's weird. 592,000 views. We gotta do our Skibidi Toilet reaction. We gotta post it on my YouTube channel. But 47 seems right. It's probably ongoing. We've caught up. We literally caught up to this anime faster than you could catch up to One Piece. So on that front, it kind of clears Oda. I'm gonna be honest. Please keep up with the saga when the new ones get uploaded. Oh, 100%, we're doing it. We're fucking doing it. New Charlie video incoming. Oh yeah, I can totally see Charlie making a video about this. And every single person that was like, bro, can you move on from this, please? Can you move on from this, please? Will also be the same fucking annoying shitheads in the chat that are like, Charlie made a new video. You have to watch this. It's so crazy. It's on the Skibidi Toilet. You have to watch it.
Yeah.
The ending to the movie is so abrupt that it's really funny. You're like, oh wow, some interesting stuff is happening, and then all of a sudden, Katie from the first movie shows up. She snaps the dad's neck in a really funny way. Like he's like, and they use like a funny sound effect. And then Katie just walks upstairs. Her sister's holding the baby, and she just like force blasts her sister into the corner. And it's a really fun. I mean, she walks in, she's like, Katie? Just force blast her. Like, force blast. You don't even see her, like, yeah, she just kind of hits the wall hard, but you're like, oh, she's dead. Okay. And then Katie just grabs the baby, which miraculously survived this force blast. And Katie takes her. The whole movie was just so bad. It almost was last on my list. It was almost last, but the Force thing really, it put it above the other two, and it was so funny. But it also has the cheapest scare, where it's like a bunch of shit, where it's like stuff falling, like a pot falls. And then I remember seeing this in the movie theater, and I was so pissed. This one came out in 2009 or 2010. And I remember sitting in the movie theater, and there's a part where she's sitting in the kitchen, and like, it's the most obnoxious jump scare. All the cabinets and shit falls, opens at once, and the girl screams. But it's mixed so high that it's just like, fuck you, dude. Like, that, what an annoying thing to do. Yeah, so fifth. Force Blast was really funny. If they would have had multiple Force Blasts in it, this might be, it might be number 3. I don't know. But yeah, Force Blast, pretty good. Coming in at 4th place is Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. This movie is so high on the list, or higher at least, because we get rid of all of the stupid lore that we've had to deal with the entire time, and now we're just like, oh, restart. Basically, this movie it was like Cloverfield Lane, where it's like, this doesn't really have anything to do with Cloverfield, but they just sold the movie with Cloverfield Lane, so people would, one, the studio would buy it, and then 2, people would be like, oh, I remember that movie, let's go see it. This could have been any horror, like found footage horror movie, but they're like, what if we threw Paranormal Activity on top of it? Oh, okay, I guess so. So Paranormal Activity, fuck you, Next of Kin. That's kind of what it should have been called, because this has nothing to do, even with like the previous like demon or anything. It's just kind of its own thing. And maybe this was supposed to be a soft reboot, but it's really bad. It's like really boring. It's shot at least a little better, but it doesn't answer the age-old question of like, why are you filming? That's like the biggest thing with found footage horror films I know a lot of people have gripes with, is like, why are you still filming this? Why are you still holding an industrial camera and being like, let's get out of here, and like stabilizing your shot and running? This one, it's a person is trying to find her mom, but her mom is from an Amish village or something. Wouldn't you know, the mom ran away with the baby because the woman was subject to a demon transfer or something. God, it's just so tiring. This is the last movie I had to watch for the night, so by this time I was beat, bro. Absolutely beat. But you have to give it credit. I mean, it's number 4 on the list, you know, so. But, you know, you get a creepy dungeon thing where they, like, go down to, like, a feeding pit thing, so there's that. I don't know. It was just so refreshing not have to hear about Katie or any of the other stupid fucking things that they have like built on this lore. It felt like just a different movie, so I think that's why I was like, ah, that felt refreshing. But all in all, I mean, you know, you have the 20 minutes of build up with the funny, big, gawky, stupid son of a bitch they have to play their sound guy. It's just all the same tropes. The practical effects for the monster thing at the end is cool, and we get to see that, but it's not like cringy like Ghost Dimension where it's just like, do you see it in the camera? It's like a big pale woman. Oh yeah, the monster in the well is the girl's mom. So there's a funny moment where she's like, Mom, do you know who I am? It's like, dude, weren't you abandoned as like a baby? Why would she know who you are as an adult? Do you know who I am, Mommy? And then she fucking jabs a hook in her neck and throws her into a hay baler. It's just so forgettable. And then once again, the last 10 minutes of the movie is it's kind of cool. You get we get like a jaw rip, but I feel like they really wanted to milk this shot because there's one moment in the scene where they're like, yeah, we can do ultra slow-mo, and it captures things that the human eyes can't see, but for some reason the camera just kind of does it randomly when the sound guy's jaw gets ripped off, so it's like a weird slow-mo rip, and I'm like, is that supposed to be cool? Am I supposed to be like, oh, nice, from the sound guy getting his jaw ripped off? Maybe so. This one just, like I said, I think it just is this high up because by this point, it's like, it just doesn't try to pander to the backstory, the lore of this previous family. And it's like shot okay, but once again, it just doesn't, it's fine. Out of all the other ones, this one's like just as good as those movies, except it like is a new take, so it's 4th. I'm done talking about it. Finally, we're at the podium, coming in with the bronze medal, Paranormal Activity 3. Paranormal Activity 3.
It's all good. Take your time.
This is a fun one. It looks like Katie and his sister. I've already forgotten her name. Katie is like really the only sister that people care about. I want to say Kelly. I don't know. If it's wrong, freeze frame it and call me a fucking idiot. But it follows them back in the 80s. We get a little piece of lore in the first movie, a little nugget where Katie in the first movie, she's like, how do we have this picture? My house burnt down. There's no way that we should have this picture in my attic. The movie producers are like, yes, let's do a movie of that when they were younger. Yes. But it kind of works out. It's cool. With the limitations of the time of not having like fucking such an accessible camera, they kind of do some funny things where like, of course they have the dad's like, oh, I got this camera, this fancy camera. But they do an interesting way of like doing some of the jump scares, which I'm not the biggest fan of jump scares, but it's kind of cool. They put on like a fan, so it slowly goes left to right and right to left. And it's an interesting way to like show new scenes, introduce new elements, and like build anticipation. You know, that's kind of cool. And also the little girl actors are really good. There's a really funny part where, I think it's I think it might be Katie as a little girl. She gets like sucked into a closet, and you're like, God damn. I was like wondering how they filmed it because it's so visceral and so violent, where I'm like, I hope that was 3D. Little girl, we're gonna put a harness on you and you're gonna get sucked into a closet today, all right? Okay, it was interesting. I would say that this was one of the funner adaptations because it felt like I liked a lot of the characters. There's like the dad of the two kids, his assistant. There's like a really creepy part where he's playing Bloody Mary in the bathroom with the girls, which on paper that doesn't. But no, he's like, it has like a funny beat. He's a likable guy. I liked all the characters. And the ending of the movie it's okay. Once again, I think this one has hooded bitches in it too. But it's like one of the first times that we branch out of the house and like the people are like, fuck it, we're gonna stay at your mom's. And you're like, oh, that's like logical. Like all these time people are just like, well, let's just stay here, all right? Because some dipshit's like, oh, they're demons, they're gonna follow you. It's like, why would you care? I'd be like, okay, so I'm just supposed to trust you? Whatever. Creepy old mom. Turns out she's a Satanist. It's kind of a fun reveal. I mean, it's like, obviously you see it coming from a mile away because this is the third one. And God forbid they deviate from the story and try new characters. But Paranormal Activity 3, it's all in all pretty fun. Except it's like, I don't know why, but the best thing that they can do in this franchise early on is they just like break people's bones. Like Katie snaps a bunch of necks, people get force blasted into corners, and at the end of this movie, it's actually pretty funny. The mom, she's dead. You don't see her die, but she's like hanging upstairs, and then the ghost like throws her, but you can tell that the actor was on like a pulley, so it does like a swing, and it's just like a ragdoll body, and then the dad gets his spine broken. But it's like, is that like a fun way in a ghost movie to see? I mean, I guess it's like supposed to be like more realistic, but it felt stupid. But then by the time I got to Ghost Dimension, let's bring back Ghost Dimension again. When you see the big, stupid black cloud like stab people in the back at the end of the movie and like rip people apart, you're like, okay, I'd rather have just the neck snap. So Paranormal Activity 3, I think this is still in the realm where if you were like, oh, I want to watch like a found footage movie, I'd still recommend this one. I think the top 3 I'd recommend. Yeah. Why not? Coming in at number 2, the silver medal is Paranormal Activity 5, The Marked Ones. I'm gonna let you all know right now that this movie is like, it's okay. All of these movies are just all right. Like, when we're this late in the video, I'm just now telling you this. But coming at 7th place is The Marked Ones. Once again, it's just because we deviate from the normal cast and crew, and now with a new set of people, a teenager living with his family and their friends, and it's them stumbling across one of the cult members who lives down below, and it's like how this evil energy affects them and how it like ties in with the main storyline with Katie and all the fucking forgettable, stupid characters. It's fun. I like the characters a lot. I think the guy's funny. I think a lot of the build-up in the creepy apartment that they're breaking into, it's just more interesting watching these characters proactively do things versus like, how about we just leave the tripod in the corner the whole movie again? It's like, that's a fun gimmick for the first one, but my God, 7 movies? Fuck, it's brutal. So by the time you get to this part of the franchise, you're like, oh, this is fun. And also, oh, this has the best ending in the whole franchise, but easily. Basically, I'm just spoilers. By the end, the Hispanic kids have shotguns and they're gunning down the old bitches. So you know how I said the trope of the old women? You're like, oh God, here comes the old women menacingly. By this time, the Hispanic kids, our main characters, have shotguns and they're just like blowing these old bitches away. And you're like, this is like campy and stupid and fun. This is cool. And it has like a clever twist at the end where you find out that the kid, I guess it's not clever, it's not fucking stupid, but at least it's like cohesive. The main character you follow, he's kind of becoming possessed throughout the movie and people are like, they're worrying about him, but by the end of the movie, he kills his buddies, and he is the monster from the first film that kills Mika. It's like a fun tie-in. I mean, it's like I said, it's fucking stupid, but it's like for a franchise like this, it's cool. I mean, like, out of all of them, I would probably recommend this one first before anything. Like, I feel like this one would be fun to see before you see the
say you
first
went to
movie.
the Chinese place?
I don't know. But, you know, the part where them shooting those old women with shotguns is super, super funny. And there's also some interesting jump scares in it. I mean, mostly just also having it be so confined in an apartment is also really funny because the rest of the time it's just like rich assholes who like live in mansions in San Diego. And they're like, there's a ghost in our house. And it takes 7 years to run from one end of the house to the other one. So having a 2-bedroom apartment, it just like oddly made me like the characters more. I sympathize with them more. Not to say that the other people deserved it, but I was just like, yeah, fuck, you've had a good ride so far. I mean, you lived in an LA, like a San Diego mansion. I think that you could get possessed and suck some dicks in hell forever. You did your part. All in all, more likable characters. The comedy was kind of cringe, but at the same time, it builds to the likability. It didn't feel like it was just following the standard trope of like, it follows the tropes, but it feels at least like fresh and new enough that the characters are likable. Which beforehand, in every other movie that isn't the first movie, you hate. Actually, even the first movie, you fucking hate the characters basically the whole time. It is what it is. Paranormal Activity 5, the marked ones. For me, I'm like, to be 5 movies deep and then to at least be like, yeah, let's try something new. I have respect for that. I'd check that one out. If you haven't seen it, the poster is so bad. Don't look at it, Gentle. You might hate the movie too. I don't give a fuck. I'm just giving you my list. And coming in with the gold medal, of course, is Paranormal Activity 1. I mean, obviously. Right? To really even put into how important this movie was in like 2008 or 2009, I don't think I could ever do it. I am looking at this film through rose goggles. I'll tell you that right now. But if I had to put it into an objective thing and leave emotions out of it, it just feels like a classic found footage movie. The camera's kind of shitty. There's scenes where the characters aren't even in focus. It's just, you can tell this was done so quick and so like cheaply, but that like lends itself to the authenticity of like some asshole going to Best Buy and like grabbing a camera. Like he's not gonna know how to like mess with the fucking, he's not gonna know how to like set the aperture settings, like making the lighting all good. It feels like a guy who's just like, hey, you said that some weird shit's been happening, I'm gonna document it. And that's like the funnest part of this movie is how simple it is. It really lends itself to the structure that they basically copy every time because it's very effective. I mean, seeing these 2 characters, and it's only basically 2 characters the whole movie, Katie and Mika, which fuck that name. Mika? I thought it was Micah. I've heard Micah before. Mika? Fuck you. The whole dynamic between the 2 is very believable. You have Mika, who's like, I don't really believe in any of this shit. I think it's stupid. I'm kind of like hoping that it is real so that maybe we have something here. You kind of get the motive. He doesn't really directly say this, but you kind of get the motive that he's like, oh, this is a big thing. We'll just sell it. Or it's like crazy. This is kind of wacky. And Katie plays it in an interesting way. And it's interesting from the first movie because we don't know her whole backstory. We don't have 5 films of history building, where after a while you're just like, God, let her burn. Let her burn in hell. It's all little trickles of information you get where she's like, yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird when I was a kid. And that's like interesting because you're like, oh, so this has happened before? That's kind of weird why you'd never bring that up. It just introduces little bits of information from her backstory, but it's just so bite-sized and digestible that you can either kind of just block it out or you can like really think about the backstory in your head and let it run and like, you know, give it legs to fuel your imagination for such a like weird and interesting idea. And this movie, I've already forgotten her name. Katie is like really the only sister that people care about. I want to say Kelly. I don't know. If it's wrong, freeze frame it and call me a fucking idiot. But it follows them back in the 80s. We get a little piece of more in the first movie, a little nugget.
Where was it?
In the first movie, she's like, how do we
The
have this
We're on the bathroom floor.
My house burnt down. There's no way that
It was like in
have
between
this
the carpet?
picture in my attic. The movie producers were like,
I was blending it with the carpet.
Yes, let's do a movie of that when they were young.
Ah, you're welcome, no problem.
Yes.
Glad you got it.
It kind of works out. It's cool. With the limitations of the time,
Defender
of not having like
Reforged.
fucking such an accessible camera, they kind of do some funny things where, like, of course, they have the dad's like, oh, I got this camera, this fancy camera, but they do an interesting way of like doing some of the jump scares, which I'm not the biggest fan of the jump scares, but it's kind of cool. They put on like a fan, so it slowly goes left to right and right to left, and it's an interesting way to like show new scenes, introduce new elements, and like build anticipation. You know, that's kind of cool. And also the little girl actors are really good. There's a really funny part where I think it's I think it might be Katie as a little girl. She gets like sucked into a closet, and you're like, God damn. I was like wondering how they filmed it because it's so visceral and so violent where I'm like, I hope that was 3D. Little girl, we're gonna put a harness on you and you're gonna get sucked into a closet today, all right? Okay, it was interesting. I would say that this was one of the funner adaptations because it felt like I liked a lot of the characters. There's like the dad of the two kids, his assistant. There's like a really creepy part where he's playing Bloody Mary in the bathroom with the girls, which on paper that doesn't. But no, he's like, it has like a funny beat. He's a likable guy. I liked all the characters. And the ending of the movie is, it's okay. Once again, I think this one has hooded bitches in it too. But it's like one of the first times that we branch out of the house and like the people are like, fuck it, we're gonna stay at your mom's. And you're like, oh, that's like logical. Like all these time people are just like, well, let's just stay here, all right? Because some dipshit's like, oh, they're demons, they're gonna follow you. It's like, why would you care? I'd be like, okay, so I'm just supposed to trust you? Whatever. Creepy old mom, turns out she's a Satanist. It's kind of a fun reveal. I mean, it's like, obviously you see it coming from a mile away because this is the third one. And God forbid they deviate from the story and try new characters. But Paranormal Activity 3, it's all in all pretty fun. Except it's like, I don't know why, but the best thing that they can do in this franchise early on is they just like break people's bones. Like Katie
10K.
snaps a bunch of necks. People get force blasted into corners. And at the end of this movie, it's actually pretty funny. The mom, she's dead. You don't see her die, but she's like hanging upstairs, and then the ghost like throws her, but you can tell that the actor was on like a pulley, so it does like a swing, and it's just like a ragdoll body, and then the dad gets his spine broken. But it's like, is that like a fun way in a ghost movie to see? I mean, I guess it's like supposed to be like more realistic, but it just felt stupid. But then by the time I got to Ghost Dimension, let's bring back Ghost Dimension again. When you see the big stupid black cloud like stab people in the back at the end of the movie and like rip people apart, you're like, this okay. I'd rather have just the neck snap. So Paranormal Activity 3, I think this is still in the realm where if you were like, oh, I want to watch like a found footage movie, I'd still recommend this one. I think the top 3 I'd recommend. Yeah. Why not? Coming in at number 2, the silver medal is Paranormal Activity 5, The Marked Ones. I'm gonna let you all know right now that this movie is like, it's okay. All of these movies are just all right. Like, I mean, we're this late in the video, I'm just now telling you this. But coming at 7th place is The Marked Ones. Once again, it's just because we deviate from the normal cast and crew, and now with a new set of people, a teenager living with his family and their friends, and it's them stumbling across one of the cult members who lives down below, and it's like how this evil energy affects them and how it like ties in with the main storyline with Katie and all the fucking forgettable stupid characters. It's fun. I like the characters a lot. I think the guy's funny. I think a lot of the build up in the creepy apartment that they're breaking into, it's just more interesting watching these characters proactively do things versus like, how about we just leave the tripod in the corner the whole movie again? It's like, that's a fun gimmick for the first one, but my God, 7 movies? Fuck, it's brutal. So by the time you get to this part of the franchise, you're like, oh, this is fun. And also, oh, this has the best ending in the whole franchise, but easily. Basically, I'm just spoilers. By the end, the Hispanic kids have shotguns and they're gunning down the old bitches. So you know how I said the trope of the old women? You're like, oh God, here comes the old women menacingly. By this time, the Hispanic kids, our main characters, have shotguns and they're just like blowing these old bitches away. And you're like, this is like campy and stupid and fun. This is cool. And it has like a clever twist at the end where you find out that the kid, I guess it's not clever, it's kind of fucking stupid, but at least it's like cohesive. And the main character you follow, he's kind of becoming possessed throughout the movie, and people are like, they're worrying about him, but by the end of the movie, he kills his buddies, and he is the monster from the first film that kills Mika. It's like a fun tie-in. I mean, it's like I said, it's fucking stupid, but it's like for a franchise like this, it's cool. I mean, like, out of all of them, I would probably recommend this one first before anything. Like, I feel like this one would be fun to see before you see the first movie, maybe. But, you know, the part with them shooting those old women with shotguns is super, super funny. And there's also some interesting jump scares in it. I mean, mostly just also having it be so confined in an apartment is also really funny, because the rest of the time it's just like rich assholes who like live in mansions in San Diego. And they're like, there's a ghost in our house. And it takes them 7 years to run from one end of the house to the other one. So having a 2-bedroom apartment, it just like oddly made me like the characters more. I sympathize with them more. Not to say that the other people deserved it, but I was just like, yeah, fuck, you've had a good ride so far. I mean, you lived in an LA, like a San Diego mansion. I think that you could get possessed and suck some f***s in hell forever. You did your part. All in all, more likable characters. The comedy was kind of cringe, but at the same time, it builds to their likability. It didn't feel like it was just following the standard trope of like, it follows the tropes, but it feels at least like fresh and new enough that the characters are likable, which beforehand, in every other movie that isn't the first movie, you hate. Actually, even the first movie, you fucking hate the characters basically the whole time. It is what it is. Paranormal Activity 5, The Marked Ones. For me, I'm like, to be 5 movies deep and then to at least be like, yeah, let's try something new. I have respect for that. I'd check that one out. If you haven't seen it, the poster is so bad. Don't let that judge it. I mean, you might hate the And coming in with the gold medal, of course, is Paranormal Activity 1. I mean, obviously, right? To really even put into how important this movie was in like 2008 or 2009, I don't think I could ever do it. I am looking at this film through rose goggles. I'll tell you that right now. But if I had to put it into an objective thing and leave emotions out of it, it just feels like a classic found footage movie. The camera's kind of shitty. There's scenes where the characters aren't even in focus. It's just, you can tell this was done so quick and so like cheaply, but that like lends itself to the authenticity of like some asshole going to Best Buy and like grabbing a camera. Like, he's not gonna know how to like mess with the fucking what's he doing there? He's not gonna know how to like set the aperture settings, like making the lighting all good. It feels like a guy who's just like, hey, you said that some weird shit's been happening, I'm gonna document it. And that's like the funnest part of this movie, is how simple it is. It really lends itself to the structure that they basically copy every time, because it's very effective. I mean, seeing these two characters, and it's only basically two characters the whole movie, Katie and Mika, which fuck that name. Mika? I thought it was Micah. I've heard Micah before. Mika? Fuck you. The whole dynamic between the two is very believable. You have Mika, who's like, I don't really believe in any of this shit. I think it's stupid. I'm kind of like hoping that it is real, so that maybe we have something here. You kind of get the motive. He doesn't really directly say this, but you kind of get the motive that he's like, oh, this is a big thing, we'll just sell it. Or it's like crazy. This is kind of wacky. And Katie plays it in an interesting way, and it's interesting from the first movie because we don't know her whole backstory. We don't have 5 films of history building, where after a while you're just like, God, let her burn. Let her burn in hell. It's all little trickles of information you get where she's like, yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird when I was a kid. And that's like interesting because you're like, oh, so this has happened before? It's kind of weird why you'd never bring that up. And it just introduces little bits of information from her backstory, but it's just so bite-sized and digestible that you can either kind of just block it out, or you can like really think about the backstory in your head and let it run and like, you know, give it legs to fuel your imagination for such a like weird and interesting idea. And this movie isn't doing anything new that other movies haven't done. It just is extremely solid. All the scares are like really fun, but the one thing they did like capitalize on is the nights. It catalogs the nights, and it like, you know, night 1, oh, the door moved. That's crazy. And they kind of look through the footage, and he's like, look at this, I found this. And she's like, oh my God, that's weird. Well, whatever. He's like, babe, don't even fucking worry about it, all right? It's probably just the wind. It's like closed windows. Sure, but then you have little moments where it builds the escalation of having a spiritual guy come over and he's like, yeah, I think that you have a demon here, actually. I don't fuck with that stuff, but I know somebody who does. You should give him a call. Mika, being the proud man he is, doesn't call him, and he just kind of lets it get horribly wrong until I think like 2 weeks goes by and they call the guy again because it's gotten so bad, and the guy takes one step in the room and he's like, yeah, this place is fucked. I'm leaving now because the demon is pissed. Peace. And they leave, and you're like, oh shit. It's just like fucking scary that like this person who's supposed to help you is just like, you're fucked. Bye. I really enjoyed that. But it's just a great build up too, and I mean, like, even just the things of like being attacked by things you can't see, and there's a great little thing where Mika puts baby powder on the floor and you see the footprints walk in the room but they don't leave, so you have to think, you're imagining like, oh fuck, is this thing just standing here? It also completely goes against the idea of whatever the fuck was going on in the Ghost Dimension movie. They apparently just threw that to the side, but weird like alien hoof prints or something. It's just odd, and there's just tons of just little great parts of the movie where you're like, oh, this is creepy. This scratches an itch. The scratch is a horror itch. And from the emotional side of things, I just remember going to see this movie with my friends and like sitting in the theater, and it just plays like, he plays the opening card, which is like, Paramount Pictures wants to thank the families of these people and whatever for giving us the footage to edit this movie. And you're like, is this real? This isn't real, is it? And then the movie ends and there's no credits. So it's just like a fun way that Blair Witch Project back in the day made a fake website, and it was like, hey, these kids are missing. So people were like, oh my God, this is fucking real. Which it's like, you know, obviously hindsight, all these fucking Zoomers now are gonna be like, oh, you guys are stupid. Bro, we didn't have the iPhone just came out. We had flip phones still. Fuck you. But it was such a amazing movie experience. I remember going home that night and being so scared, and everybody was like staying awake, and they're like, did you hear that? I think something said my name. And it was just a perfect movie experience one time. And then you see it like a bunch of times and it's like, you know, really shitty and predictable. But as like a piece of like art for a one-time experience, it is awesome. I really wish I could go back and experience it again fresh without having seen it and relive that memory. But I would say it also propelled found footage, which I love. I love the cheesy aspect of found footage. It's such a fun medium to play in, and Paranormal Activity like gave that legs. Granted, it also caused thousands, if not tens of thousands, of knockoff paranormal found footage movies. You know, some of them I think are liked. Probably the biggest one is Grave Encounters. I remember that first one that got a lot of praise, but just tons of, you know, put a list of DVD titles that are found footage movies just here. One of them's Paranormal Entity. That was like one where I was like, this looks creepy, and it's just fucking stupid. But you know, I don't know. I think it gave more people an opportunity to get into the found footage franchise, and I think that's cool because you get cool movies a lot of times that I think people write off. Like Lake Mungo, I know I recommended that one before, but that's a great found footage kind of fake documentary style movie. It's really cool, and I don't know. It's just cool. But, you know, that's my list. Would I recommend anybody actually watch the Paranormal Activity movies? I would say if you haven't seen the first one, I'd say just watch that. And if you enjoyed it, then, you know, Godspeed. Good luck diving through the rest of them. All in all, they're like very mediocre movies, but it's a prime example of like just doing something extremely simple right will go so much farther than trying to make some big convoluted piece of shit. So hats off to you, Paranormal Activity. You did one thing good. Proud of you. If you want me to watch another franchise, you should let me know below. Maybe I'll do it in one sitting again. I hope not. There's a lot of franchises that have too many films. This took me like 9 hours to do, and my wife was very mad. So there's that. Thank you for watching. Don't get too afraid tonight when you watch Paranormal Activity. Hope there's not a demon that's going to touch you. I think if I had to do another one of these, though, I'd probably just do Final Destination. I was thinking about that. I don't think I've seen any other Final Destination movie outside of 1 and 2, and that always fucked me up as a kid. There was like a period where I was afraid to get on a plane because of the first Final Destination movie. You know what I mean? So maybe that one. I would hate to do Saw. That would be, what is there, 12 Saw films? Fuck, that'd be brutal. Okay, welcome back to the second channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on, sit on down. I got a nice little story for today. I don't know if I'm going to title this video as if it's a movie review, but I don't think I can do a movie review on Doctor Strange. To keep it very brief, I saw it because Sam Raimi directed it. I thought it was going to be cool. Marvel movies aren't my cup of tea. Usually I'm slapping my belly and giggling along with everybody else, but this time I was just kind of, it's a bit of a slog. I'd give it a 3 out of 10. So if you don't want any spoilers after that, fucking don't watch this video. I wanted to make this video today in regards to my experience with going to see this movie in the theater. I have never had an experience like this before in my life. You know, people talk about how Marvel or MCU fans at movies are very emotional and dramatic. I've seen a couple in theaters, nothing like opening weekend or anything. But it's all just been, you know, a little bit of laughter from jokes here and there. I don't think I've ever had, you know, any bad experiences until this showing of Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness Multiverse. What a title. We go to 2 multiverses. I'm retarded? It's crazy. The multiverse. I can't believe it. I just wanted to break this down and see if anybody else had an experience like this, or if this was just like the fucking solar system aligned and like a god ray shot into my theater and then I became cursed for an evening, or if I wronged or killed somebody in a different lifetime and finally the punishment is caught up. Which I'll be glad to get in this story right after this sponsor. Are you experiencing hair loss? You need Keeps. Keeps is a discreet online subscription service that delivers hair care right to your door. 2 out of 3 men will experience hair loss by the time they're 35 years old, but you can prevent that. With Keeps, you get doctor-recommended hair loss treatments that are personalized to your situation. In just 6 months, you'll start to see the difference. Keeps is committed to you and your hair growth needs. They provide 24/7 support with easy access to medical advisors, and they even give you refill reminders so you don't have to fall out of your routine, you silly goose. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/papameat or click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/papameat. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just take better care of the hair you have, Keeps has you covered. Back to the video. So let me break this down for you. Now I want to say that I saw this film at an Alamo Draft House somewhere in Texas, so my experience may be different because of this, you know, theater, whatever.
Wow.
Like at the beginning, I think that
Let's
there
do
was
that
2
again.
things at the beginning of the film
Come on.
that they said was catered to just Alamo Draft House. And the first thing was learning what tutting is. And that's like the fucking, you know, hand things he does in the movie to summon portals and stuff. Which is fine. You know, hey, if you want to tut yourself away. You know, fucking tut me timbers. Like, do what you have to do. But watching a theater full of people try to follow along with the hand signs. And when I'm saying a theater of people, it was probably like 70% of the theater doing this. And I'm pretty sure one guy was just doing Naruto, like jutsu hand signs. Like. The other thing that was specified to the theater, apparently there's a Bob's Burgers movie coming out. I really didn't know this. There's a short film called Butt Fever. Every time that they said butts or they were like dancing with their butts, a small like elevation of noise.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh shit.
You know what I mean? And then it just went into full laughter. Like really hard belly laughing off of him being like, I like butts. And so it's just like screams. It's fucking insane. We're not even in the movie and we're already in some rough pumpkins. Like this is gonna be a rough viewing experience. We get to like one of our first jokes, which I hate when movies do this. Like this girl from another dimension comes there and she's like, oh, what are you talking about, Spider-Man? And he's like, oh, it's a man with he's half man and he has the powers of a spider. She says, what, does he shoot webs out of his butt? Let me tell you something. People spitting like yeah, woo! What? Like I mean like hooting and hollering, people clapping. Guy in our row was like, he kicked his legs up and fucking kicked. And he hit the back of the person's chair. To the back of their chair. And they didn't even mind. They like looked back and they were like, I can definitely tell the soy face like that. I realize now how based in reality that is. It was fucking incredible. There's Mr. Fantastic in this movie in a group called the Illuminati. Which I know some people are like, that's actually in the comics. But it's like, come on, really? But Mr. Fantastic is Jim, or John Krasinski, Jim from The Office. And as soon as they saw him, and he was like, hello, Doctor Strange. Everyone's like, Jim from The Office! Like that, in that cadence, Jim from The Office! Voice cracks and stuff, and people clapped. And just by people saying Jim from The Office. Same thing kind of with Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart was Professor X. Oh, they're in the struggle room! What? It is pretty funny because they clapped and cheered for that, but then he gets his neck snapped, and then people were like, so that was fun. A lot. It was very Shakespearean. Like I felt like I was watching a play in front of me. Everybody said, while this is all happening, and you're listening to these people clap and laugh and have a good time, because that's what they were doing. The guy sitting next to my editor was ordering wings, like a lot. Like, if you've ever been to an Alamo Draft House, you order, like, you write something on a paper, and then some guy fucking, like, army crawls up to you in the dark, and he's like, they run off, they, like, do, like, this weird, like, bent over, like, fucking goblin run, and around the theater, we see him, like, darting all through the aisles, they're just like, fucking dead sprints down there, bent over. I think they sold 10-piece wings. Like you get like 10-piece bone-in, bone-out wings. He got the bone-in wings, but like a lot. And that motherfucker was gnawing, laughing, fucking like spitting out fucking like buffalo sauce and stuff. And if I had to dive into my subconscious, that guy, I'm not even joking, probably ordered 6 orders of buffalo wings, which is like 60 wings. It was so much, to a point where the guy was like, you want 10 more? And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, okay, so 10 more. It's like the guy talking to him and like, I don't know if you're conscious of this, but that's your form. And the guy has like fucking like buffalo sauce on his fucking fingers and his hands because he's gone through like 70 napkins and so the guy's like, okay, fucking goblin sprints down. It was pretty good. And then as you're watching the guy goblin sprint back and forth, you also start to see the silhouettes of people. Normal heads, maybe a hat there or two. And then I was looking, and then I saw the collars of like a cape, like Doctor Strange's cape. And I was like looking around, and I saw probably like 12 people in Doctor Strange capes. And I kind of like sat there, and I thought, I'm like, a week after the movie's been out, people are still dressing up and going to the movie? Like, is that a thing? Is this a themed night? But I wanted to preface that because during the movie, I had a couple drinks and I got bladder full. just had to go take a piss. And when I go in the restroom, I see 4 people in the restroom, and one's in a stall taking a shit. 3 are taking a piss, but they all wearing capes. So I think it's like a friend group, and they were bickering with each other about the power level of Scarlet Witch, who was like the main enemy in this movie. So they're like, she is too strong. I'm out of this movie right now. It's like, I'm subverting my expectations. Well, she did blow up Vision's head. Get the fuck out! So as I'm waiting, I'm listening to this conversation, and finally the wise man taking a shit probably squeezes out a turd, and he's like, actually, Scarlet Witch in the comic books is really powerful, so I think they're being true to the comics. And all the guys collectively like, oh, okay. And they kind of get done peeing at the same time, which I thought was really impressive. And they turned around, and then when they saw me, then they continued the conversation, but they're whispering. So they're just like, I still can't believe that she's able to do that, even though in the other movies, Britt, get off it, dude. I told you that she has all these things. You didn't even watch WandaVision. Why would I do that? I don't even have Disney Plus. Why you don't have Disney Plus? That was it, whispering the whole time. Just like, just talk normal. This is a public, you can talk about not having Disney Plus. I digress. The movie is starting to come to a close. We're starting to have like the final fights and stuff, and I was incredibly surprised. Doctor Strange defeats Scarlet Witch, and a guy standing up, didn't see him at the beginning when the lights were on. I don't know how this happened, but he was in a full Jedi outfit, and he got up and he swung around a blue lightsaber. And people were like clapping and like cheering him on, and they're like, "You're the man!" You know what I mean? But the movie came to a close, and as people were getting up, there were people who were still seated. They couldn't believe the spectacle they just saw.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
A couple people just mouths open. Someone said, I can't even imagine where they go from here. And I just thought that was funny because it was just a Doctor Strange movie. And it's like they've done life as we know it, like cut in half by the snap of a finger. But this is the thing where it's like, I don't even, what do we do from here? It's crazy. This experience, I was mulling it over for a while, and I thought to myself, you know, I noticed a lot more of the negative than I did the positive with the entire experience. Not even the film, but like the people, the interactions, everything that happened. And it kind of made me think, what a big old grouch I am. Just a big old grouchy bear. You know, if I had just an ounce of the optimism and happiness that these people felt towards these movies and this experience, I'd probably be living a better life. I would probably be 3 inches taller. I'd be skinny. I would probably be still married. It's a crazy thing to think about, but I think moving forward, I think I'm going to try to be better. I think I'm going to try to go into these experiences with more of just a lens of trying to have fun. Because what else are we trying to do if we go to the movie theaters, you know? So you know what? I think Marvel fans, you're going to turn me for the better. There, I said it, quotations. Marvel fans, you're going to turn me for the better. There it is. And just a beautiful reminder, you have until June 7th to submit your art to the art contest we have. The $1,000 prize. If you didn't see my million sub thank you video thing, you can get all the information there for this beautiful art contest. We already have 400 submissions. It's beautiful. So much shit's coming. You know, you have an entire month, but people are just gunning it. It isn't, you know, first come, first serve. I just want people to know that. So join the art contest, post it on Reddit, be a part of the community, have fun, have a good weekend. God bless.
Do you believe they should allow white nationalists in the military?
Well, they call them that. I call them Americans.
You just listened to Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville defend white nationalists in the U.S. military, which is a serious problem for those unaware, and it's a problem that has been officially acknowledged by the Biden administration, the Department of Defense, and even military personnel themselves. According to a Military Times poll, 1/3 of active duty members saw signs of racism and/or white supremacy in their ranks. So as a U.S. Senator, if your response to that problem is, well, you know, you call them white nationalists, I just call them Americans, I think that it's reasonable for people to interpret that as a defense of white nationalists in the US military, as a defense of white nationalists in general. But in response to that, I guess we'll call it yikes comments, he was asked to clarify his comments, and you could say that we definitely have more clarity now after listening to him speak more, but it's not because he changed what he said. He said the same exact thing, but let's listen.
Do you want to explain those comments, Senator?
Yeah, first of all, I'm totally against any type of racism, okay? I was a football coach for 40 years, and I dealt and had opportunity to be around more minorities than anybody up here on this hill. But when our military has been attacked, was being attacked after 9/11, after January 6th, and that was my first day on the Senate floor, I thought it was outrageous of what senators from the Democratic side, Chuck Schumer said on the floor that night, calling out people, calling people racist, calling people nationalists, white nationalists. White nationalists is just another word that they want to use other than racism. I'm totally against anything to do with racism. But the thing about being a white nationalist is just a cover word for the Democrats now, where they can use it to try to make people mad across the country, identity politics. I'm totally against that. But I'm for the American people, I'm for military, I'm for Christian conservatives, Democrats, whoever wants to be in the military to fight for this country, to protect this country. That's what it's all about.
But just to be clear, you agree that white nationalists should not be serving in the U.S. military. Is that what you're saying?
If people think that a white nationalist is a racist, I agree with that. I agree they should.
A white nationalist is someone who believes that the white race is superior to other races.
Well, that's some people's opinion. And I don't think,
That's
I mean,
not
a lot.
opinion.
Pardon?
What's your opinion?
My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call him white nationalist, to me is an American. It's an American. Now, if that white nationalist is a racist, I'm totally against anything that they want to do, because I am 110% against racism. But I want somebody that's in our military, that's strong, that believes in this country, that's an American, that will fight along anybody, whether it's a man or woman, black or white, red, it doesn't make any difference. And so I'm totally against identity politics. I think it's ruining this country, and I think that Democrats ought to be ashamed for how they're doing this, because it's dividing this country and it's making this country weaker every day.
Now, there's more, but let's just stop there because we need to parse this out a little bit, because he's saying a lot. So what he's saying is, if a white nationalist, whose default position, by the way, is that the white race is superior to all other races, happens to be racist, then that's bad. But so long as the white nationalist is not racist, then that's okay. I mean, what's next? Are libs gonna say that everyone in the KKK is racist too? Is everyone not safe from this identity politics? I can't even say it with a straight face, because what he's saying here is so absurd on its face that there's no way that you can be any more charitable than just deducing that he's racist, period. Now, I'm also, I'm very relieved to know that he's personally not racist, with the evidence being that he was around minorities as a football coach. Well, that's definitive. There's nothing else that you can say about it after that. That to me confirms beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's not racist, because as we all know, by definition, when you're within the proximity of non-white people, racism is literally dispelled from your body at a rate of 1% per hour. But you see, the main problem is that he is against identity politics, so that's really what this is all about. The problem is that white nationalism is identity politics. It's just white identity politics. So the question is, should the military allow for that type of white identity politics, knowing that it could cause internal turmoil? Well, he's not going to be very clear about that, but amid the wishy-washiness and evasive answers, what he's saying does come into focus, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. One more short clip from this interview.
But that's not identity politics. You said a white nationalist is an American.
It is identity politics.
You said a white nationalist is an American, but a white nationalist is someone who believes horrific things. Do you really think that's someone who should be serving in the military?
Well, that's just a name that has been given. I mean,
it's not.
Listen,
It's a real definition. There's real concerns
so if
about
you're going to do away
extremism.
with most white people in this country out of the military, we got huge problems.
It's not.
We
It's
got
not.
huge
It's
problems
not people who are white. It's white nationalists.
that have a few probably
You see the
different
distinction,
beliefs.
right?
That have different beliefs. Now, if racism is one of those beliefs, I'm totally against it. I am totally against racism.
But
there's a lot of people
a
that believe
white
in different
nationalist
things.
is racist, Senator.
Well, That's your opinion. That's your opinion. But if it's racism, I'm totally against it. I am totally against any type of racism, any type of racism. I don't care what it's in.
So he concedes that maybe white nationalists have a few different beliefs, but he won't say what those beliefs are specifically and whether or not he agrees with them. And I think that that's on purpose. So what is he actually trying to say, right? Because he's racist, that's pretty clear, but he doesn't want to just come out and say it, right? So it seems like what he's trying to say is, no, racism means that you just hate minorities. But being a white nationalist means that you have a love of and preference for white people and think that they should have their own ethno-state, but you can have that belief simultaneously while not hating minorities. I mean, is that what he's trying to say? Because if that is indeed the case, to think that non-white people should be excluded from government, from your ethno-state, that is inherently hateful, but it's hard to get into the mind of this hateful bigot. And what he's saying sounds contradictory and like we're splitting hairs, because, I mean, we are. Internally, I'm sure that he's probably much more clear, right? But this sort of muddying of the waters is an effort by racists like him to normalize white nationalism and white supremacy. And the thing is that by him not being clear, he's giving us a clear answer, right? You just have to kind of read between the lines. If he wanted to be more clear, he would have done that by now. But he's not being more clear. He was asked the same question again, and his answer did not change. So we're gonna watch that along with some commentary from CNN. And I think that their commentary here is important because I think that it's necessary for commentators to make deductions because the audience might not necessarily connect, you know, from point A to B, but just make that leap for them because it's pretty obvious we have more than enough evidence.
Explain why you continue to insist that white nationalists are American.
Listen, I'm totally against racism. If the Democrats want to say that white nationalists are racist, I'm totally against that too.
But that's not a democratic definition. The definition of a white nationalist
Well, that's
is someone...
your definition. My definition is
the
racism
definition.
bad.
The definition is that the belief that the white race is superior to all other races.
Totally out of the question.
So do you believe that white nationalists are racist?
Yes, if that's what a racist is, yes. Thank you.
But that is the definition.
And he just continues to double down. And the fallout on Capitol Hill from Republicans is now that many Republicans are being asked by reporters, are white nationalists racist? And I talked to several Republicans, including Rick Scott of Florida, who said absolutely, that is the definition of a white nationalist, that they believe that the white race is superior to other races. You also heard from John Thune, who I spoke to just moments ago. He is the Republican whip, and he was pressed by reporters whether or not he was going to talk directly to Tuberville about his comments. He said he had no idea what Tuberville was actually trying to say. He said, just to be clear though, there is no room for white nationalists in the Republican Party. I pressed him on whether or not there was room for white nationalists in the military. He said, no, not there either, making it clear that he wants to put this to bed. He does not want this to become a broader question of whether or not Republicans are sticking with white nationalists. Sarah?
Yeah, hard to put it to bed when you keep getting those same answers from Tuberville. Thank you so much, Lauren Fox, for that update. Appreciate it.
Why do you think it is so hard for Senator Tuberville to be clear about that?
So it's interesting, good to see you, but you know, here's what's happening. So if you listen to the full interview, for somebody that claims to be very clear spoken, and I'm just going to tell you how I feel, he is twisting his words around to please everybody.
So we see a lot of speculation from pundits about why he won't just be clear here, why there is so much obfuscation and evasiveness with everything that he says, and they seem almost shocked that he's doubling and tripling down despite the backlash and condemnation even from fellow Republicans. And I think that all of this confusion is because they don't want to accept the answer that he's giving them. He's doubling down because this is what he believes. He's racist, period, point blank. And I get that they don't want to come out and say that because he's going to accuse them of engaging in identity politics. But I mean, sometimes you've just got to call a spade. And he's given you more than enough insight into his twisted worldview to logically deduce that he is indeed racist. And it's not the first time, to be clear, that he's made racist comments. And when you take into account the totality of his belief system that we know of, then I think the conclusion is pretty clear. And to his credit, Jake Tapper comes to this point.
Senator Tuberville's attempt to distance himself from seeming to be standing up for the rights of white supremacists might be easier to believe if last fall Senator Tuberville had not made one of the most blatantly racist statements we've heard from a U.S. senator in perhaps decades. He falsely suggested that Democrats like crime, and he smeared black people as criminals. Take a listen.
Some people say, well, they're soft on crime. No, they're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit. They are not owed that.
Senator Tuberville there saying that Democrats like crime and they want reparations, which is the term for payments made to individuals who are descendants of slaves, because they think that people that do the crime are owed that. That's just racism.
It's just racism, exactly. And the reason why Republicans, including Mitch McConnell, are denouncing his comments is because overt racism is still not acceptable even by the Republican establishment, even if they're racist themselves or are okay with racists, even if a large portion of the base is thirsty for racism. The reason why you have to still use dog whistles and doublespeak when you are engaging in white identity politics is to maintain this facade of respectability in order to attract donations from large multinational corporations. They don't want any controversy for donating to white nationalist politicians, so it is incredibly strategic and savvy for Republicans to try to hide the ball a little bit. But when it comes to Tommy Tuberville, I mean, he's just saying the quiet part loud, and that's not acceptable. That's not lucrative, if we put it in capitalistic terms. So I think that we're not uncharitable to call Tuberville a racist. In fact, if anything, I think that people saying he's not racist would offend him, because we all heard him. His feelings are pretty clear, right? Now, I would be remiss to not point out the other reason why he's been grabbing headlines lately. It's not just because of this comment. It's because of his opposition to abortion and specifically what he's doing to cut off access to more people. HuffPost explains, Senator Tommy Tuberville's unprecedented hold on military promotions has left the Marine Corps without a confirmed leader for the first time in 164 years, drawing outrage from Democrats who say his actions are undermining national security. Marine Corps Commandant General David Berger officially retired on Monday, leaving Assistant Commandant General Eric Smith as the acting commandant and leader of the military branch until he is confirmed in the Senate. Democrats tried to confirm Smith via a unanimous consent request on Monday, but Tuberville blocked the move in protest of a new Pentagon policy that provides paid leave and reimbursement costs for travel for service members who cross state lines to get an abortion. The policy was enacted after the Supreme Court struck down federal abortion rights and overturned Roe v. Wade. The Alabama Republicans' hold pertains to over 250 of the Pentagon's general and flag officers. In order to approve each promotion, Democrats would need to schedule several votes on the Senate floor, eating up valuable floor time. It would likely take months to process them all, time the Senate simply does not have if it wants to pass appropriation bills and avert a government shutdown this year. So there you have it. If you've been wondering why he's talking about the military so much lately or has been asked so many questions about it, that's basically the backstory, and you really don't need to know more than that. But the main conclusion that I want to leave you with is that when people tell you who they are, believe them, especially if they tell you a second time, and then a third time, and then a fourth time. I mean, there's no point in speculating about whether or not they're confused or just unable to articulate themselves properly. Tuberville is a grown man. He's a politician, right? He knows how to speak. You can't chalk this up to stupidity or ignorance. He made it very clear where he stands, and that's with white nationalists. And he's not the only Republican senator, to be clear, who's a white nationalist. But the difference between him and them is that he's willing to admit it. So when people tell you that they are a certain way, listen to them, because I don't think he could be any more clear, despite the very convoluted language that he's using to describe his position.
ridiculous to tell someone that they can no longer do the job that they were doing when they met you, now that you're in a relationship with them. It is so silly.
I'm not a big fan of the actor Jonah Hill, but an ex-girl...
Chat literally will rip into Ben Shapiro for 7.5 hours and make fun of him and not realize that they behave exactly like Ben Shapiro when, like, someone tells a joke that they don't immediately understand. Okay? Like, chat, this is reflecting. This is a mirror reflecting at you.
A friend of his now coming out of the woodwork to accuse him of brutality and vicious evil. Why? Because he texted her some stuff that, you know, is kind of not, like, amazing, but also not that bad. Jonah Hill. I'm not a huge fan. I don't think he's like an amazing actor or anything, but there's now an attempt to cancel Jonah Hill that I just don't really fully understand. I gotta admit, I just gotta say, I don't really get it. According to the Washington Post, on Friday, surfer Sarah Brady posted screenshots on her Instagram and accused her ex-partner, Jonah Hill, of misogyny and emotional abuse. In the text Brady shared, a person whose number she saved under the name Jonah asked her to take down social media posts, stop modeling, and cut off friends.
I'm not a fan of Jonah Hill, but the way that he was being a manipulative weirdo, the way he was being like a nervous Nelly, I really understand that. I really vibe with that. I really love how insecure he came across in those text messages where he told his girlfriend that she no longer could do the things that that I originally liked when we were not dating.
Friendships with some men and, quote, women who are in unstable places. She said Friday she hopes Hill's friends will hold him accountable and that her posts were a warning to all girls. Apparently, according to the Washington Post, in one text Brady posted from Jonah, she says he wrote that if she, quote, needed surfing with men, boundaryless inappropriate relationships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I'm not the right partner for you. I have a question. Why is it? Am I supposed to be, like, deeply offended by this? If you don't like it, he literally says, I might not be the right partner for you. And they weren't, so they broke up. Now, you can say that's demanding. I would admit, first of all, I don't think that much of that is wildly demanding. Right? Boundaryless, surfing with men, I mean, she's a professional surferist. Now,
Shocked. I am shocked, I tell you, that he doesn't think that these are weird requests. Surprising.
that one seems wild, but what he means is really the next one, right? Boundaryless, inappropriate relationships with men. I mean, I think it would be very hard to date a woman who had boundaryless, inappropriate relationships with men.
Yeah, why would you take that at face value when the other demands are fucking insane and unreasonable and ridiculous? Like, well, I guess they're unreasonable and insane for, you know, normal adults. He likes those other things.
When he says posting pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, you know, again, she's a surfer, so I imagine that a lot of the pictures on her Instagram are of her in a bathing suit, but there is, you know, kind of an inherent difference between you surfing in a bathing suit or you modeling on the beach in a bathing suit. Now,
you said the exact same thing yesterday about most of them? Wait, what? Do you think me and Ben Shapiro agree on the Jonah Hill situation? Dude, why do I stream? I have enough schizophrenic long-term community members who already make up their minds about what I've said about a particular subject, even if I've said the exact opposite of that particular subject. You did. I said the exact same thing yesterday about most of... I agreed with Ben Shapiro. Said this is gonna happen yesterday. Why are you surprised, Lamau? Because it actually shocks me that people can be this obtuse, like this fucking dumb, especially when someone is a 26-month subscriber. Like, you have to be quite literally out of your fucking mind if you think that when I spent the entire time shitting on Jonah Hill, you said most of these things aren't too bad, and that's pretty much what Ben Shapiro said. I never said that, you fucking idiot. Those words never came out of my mouth. Find literally one clip of me saying that. That is not even what I remotely said. I said Jonah Hill is a pathetic, narcissistic, manipulative, insecure person for behaving this way. I even tweeted about that. Okay? The only point of contention was whether or not it was enough to constitute full-scale abuse, to which I even said I am 100% on the side of people who believe that these are red flags that indicate that he might be an abusive person, because these red flags, while in and of itself and the way that they were revealed might not be enough to set the terms of like full-blown abuse, are definitely the starting point for abusive relationships and abusive behavior in a relationship. Okay? These were my words. You did not listen to anything I said. You already had made up your mind about what you think I said, and you've been festering and getting unreasonably angry over what you have hallucinated that I have said, when I have said the exact opposite of what you claim I have said. This is deeply frustrating.
Come on, man. Why are you spamming this shit?
Okay? Don't just say okay. Say sorry, you dumb fuck. If I treat you like a human being, at least you can do, the least thing you can do is give me the fucking dignity, okay? Of treating me back like a human being and not your fucking internet monkey plaything. Okay? What do you mean, okay? Fuck you. Stupid fuck. I hate this. I'm a fucking real person, guys. I think this is something that a lot of you forget and take for granted after giving me $5 for 26 fucking months. There is no okay in that situation. There is, you know what? My mistake. I misunderstood what you were saying, and I was being contentious for no fucking reason. Okay? That's how you're supposed to react in a situation. If I'm giving you the humanity and the dignity to literally take the time out and respond to you, I expect you to deliver in kind. Okay? I respect you. I want you to also respect me back. Okay? Give me the fucking dignity of treating me like a human being and not some fucking monkey that you see in your camera that you can just disrespect all day, every day. Yeah, someone is cranky today. Shut the fuck up. Like, I can't constantly give you guys news, commentary, analysis, try to entertain you, while also trying to teach you, like, basic respect. Fucking weird, man.
One more dark steel.
Quite the same thing. To post sexual pictures. That seems fair. How many dudes want their girlfriends to post sexual pictures of themselves online for the pleasure of men? Friendships with women who are in unstable places. And from your wild recent past. Again, that doesn't seem like horrible advice. It seems like nobody should have, you know, friendships with people who are in truly unstable places. It helps bring them down. Brady also shared a text she sent, including a list of all the posts I removed from my page, to which she allegedly responded, "Good start." She uploaded a picture Friday she said previously took down by the request of a narcissistic misogynist. Presumably that was supposed to be directed at Jonah Hill. But I don't know, like, we've now expanded the boundaries of victimization beyond the normal. I don't actually understand what the boundaries of victimization are if this stuff qualifies. Your partner says, "I wish you wouldn't do X." You wish to do X. Does this mean that your partner is necessarily abusive? Especially when he's like, well, maybe it's not going to work out. I'm just confused by that. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. Was he possessive? Okay, maybe. Is that something that women would want in a boyfriend? Presumably not. She broke up with him. But why are internal negotiations between partners when it comes to your love life now subject to public negotiation? If you don't like it, you can leave. He wasn't in a position of superior power over her. And then she did leave. So I'm super confused. Yeah, I don't understand even what the argument is for her posting this stuff.
The reason why I said similar things to Ben here, if you don't understand it, versus what Ben is saying here, is entirely different. Ben believes that pictures of someone in their motherfucking bathing suit is a perfectly reasonable boundary to set. I do not believe that it's a perfectly reasonable boundary to set in a relationship. I think it's a fucking ridiculously insecure demand that Jonah Hill made. He, on the other hand, is also a very good political commentator which is precisely the reason why he's trying to angle it like he's not covering the story from the perspective that he agrees with Jonah Hill's boundaries that he set in the relationship, which were demands, but instead by claiming that it's a big deal. People are making a big deal out of this. They're making hay out of this for no reason. This is what right-wingers do all the fucking time. Okay? You don't need me to do political analysis if you are going to take their word at face value. Do you understand? It's like saying, well, Ben Shapiro says he's pro-life. That means he cares about the sanctity of life and not that he wants women to no longer have autonomy over their own bodies and forcibly carry pregnancies to term. Why the fuck do you need me to parse through his words and describe to you what his actual intention behind it is? If you're going to look at something that Ben Shapiro is saying and go, well, you know, he's just saying the exact same things that you're saying, and therefore you're wrong.
In the first place. Presumably, she thinks that this is going to make her a girl boss. That being a girl boss, it is amazing how being a girl boss.
Is it a hot take to say she probably shouldn't have posted at all, or am I wrong? Do you mean like the conversation? I personally also think that it's like a little odd that it took a year for her to post it, especially because like if there were worse things happening and she posted that, then this is totally valid. The whole like, I want someone to stop. I want this kind of behavior to stop. But she said that she posted it immediately after he had a child with his current partner, because she wanted her to make this decision on her own about whether or not she should break up with Jonah Hill, which I thought was like weird. It left a strange taste in my mouth. For sure. But overall, she's in the right when she says like, yeah, this is fucking, you know, gross behavior. It is.
Boss shifted from what it was, say, 30 years ago to what it is now. So when you were, like 30 years ago, being a girl boss meant being a girl who is the boss. So by this definition, my mom was a girl boss, right? She rose from being a secretary at a corporation to being the executive vice president of that corporation. She was a girl boss. And you know what that girl boss did? She then came home at night and she helped take care of her kids. That was girl bossing. Girl bossing was being a girl who is the boss. Now apparently girl bossing is whining and moaning about how your boyfriend sent you texts you didn't like 4 years ago. And this makes you a hero to young women everywhere. The more you can claim victimization, him sending a text you didn't like isn't victimization. Honest to God, if every spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend in the United States were just to post...
Ben is so good at flattening the situation, by the way. He's so good at, like, turning a situation away from, like, Jonah Hill behaving in this weird way to basically... Oh, it's so strange that like she's releasing it now or whatever the fuck without ever factoring in that Jonah Hill's behavior is inappropriate in this circumstance because he doesn't think that Jonah Hill's behavior is inappropriate in this circumstance.
Post the text they don't like from their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend. The myriad texts that they didn't like would be endless.
As far as the boundaryless relationship shit, not a defense of that chatter at all. However, this is probably where they misunderstood you. You clearly are following up and saying if he was a sane and charitable person, but he probably isn't, so therefore he's talking about boundaryless relationships is weird. So like some of these make sense, not the serving with men part, but like boundaryless inappropriate friendships with men, I feel like given how unhinged the other ones are, he probably is like exaggerating.
Friends, just being
because
friends,
like yeah, if you're like, hey, I don't want you to fuck other dudes, like that's kind of a given, right? If you're in a do you think that this is identical to what Ben said? Do you consider this to be similar to what Ben's saying? Because I'm not even agreeing with him in that situation. I'm quite literally explaining why there's no way when he says boundaryless inappropriate friendships with men, he means like, I want to maintain monogamy. I'm literally saying right here that if he was a normal person, which he is not, boundaryless relationship with men would be an understandable relationship dynamic in a monogamous relationship, but that's probably not what he's talking about. Monogamous relationship with someone. What is this? Please don't let this end up on Reddit. But like, everybody hyper focused on that, but like, the surfing with men part is really
That's
funny
awesome.
because she's a surf instructor.
Go to one.
This video doesn't even make me look bad. Like, even if this went on Reddit, who the fuck would be like, wow, this is so inappropriate that he said this? Like, it's very obvious what I'm saying there.
We've yet to find a relationship between two people where no one has ever said anything to the other person that they found offensive or annoying. Welcome to human relationships.
Dude, it's completely unacceptable. Like, you're not 12 years old. You're not a fucking baby. It is ridiculous to tell someone that they can no longer do the job that they were doing when they met you, now that you're in a relationship with them. That, it blows my fucking mind. Like, it's so strange. Giving someone a laundry list of demands and, you know, putting that laundry list of demands under the therapy speak, like, more acceptable, more socially acceptable language, like sheltering it under this kind of language, is so silly.
So it's kind of ugly that this has become the new way that you gain credibility, is by years later.
Crazy people act like if you don't condemn him in the strongest terms possible, that you're defending him, but I did condemn him in the strongest terms possible. That's the other annoying instance here.
Coming back at your ex-boyfriend and saying that he was super controlling and super terrible. I don't get it at all. It makes no sense to me. And even if you agree with her, I don't see the actual case for her posting this sort of stuff as quote-unquote a warning to others. Who's watching this and going, oh man, you know, that's really true. I'm too controlled. It's just, again, an aspect of a solipsistic, narcissistic culture in which we are all supposed to pretend that everybody is a victim for the claps and cheers and the clicks. You may have seen the CEO of Innovation Refunds, Howard Mackler.
Fuck, dude. Ben Shapiro's ad reads are
Mackler's
longer
coffee
than the
is
fucking...
America's coffee.
His ad reads are literally longer than the content itself.
Okay, so I want to talk about Meta's threads. Okay, so
Oh, that's it. The rest of it is just like not even about this issue. That's awesome. No, he's just farming so he can tag on an ad read on there. Christ. The ad is literally longer than the commentary on the commentary in the title. If asking a girl you're dating not to post explicit photos of herself is possessive, then God help us all. Exactly. You can see the mentality at play here. Like, all these people are just like, no, actually it's not deeply insecure, like undesirably insecure to fucking say stuff like this to your partner. Make these demands of your partner. It's so ridiculous. People who don't get why it's bad are telling on themselves and don't realize it, and it's hilarious. Yeah, it's just fucking weird. Oh. Like, why do people think that way besides insecurity? Or like, why the fuck are they normalizing insecurity as their goal? They don't realize it's insecurity. They think it is they think it's traditional values when it's just insecurity. Okay? But they don't recognize it as insecurity. That's the problem. That's the issue. I hope you guys understand that. Most of the men think there's nothing wrong with telling their girlfriend what to post online. It's insane. Yeah, but that's a byproduct of misogyny. That's a byproduct of patriarchal constructs that we exist and operate under. Women are always seen as objects of sexual desire and nothing more. So that is what your worth is. That is what your value is. And once you're in a relationship with a man, all of a sudden, that sexual desire can only be yours. Okay? It's something that you need to harness, energy that you need to not put out there. Like, you can't do that. Even though, in a normal circumstance, people should understand that you posting fucking bikini photos of yourself, especially when you're surfing, but even if you're not surfing, even if you want to just, like, look fucking hot, with, like, look fucking hot in a bathing suit, that doesn't mean anything. You're not signaling to other men that you're waiting to get fucked by them. You know what I mean? It's like an insane mentality to have. But it's a continuation of this self-esteem issue that men face is basically when they're like, fellas, don't let your girlfriend go out to fucking bars with her girlfriends. You know what I mean? Because there's other men out there who are sexier than you, who are going to treat her better than you. And you got to be irrationally afraid of that because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your own skills. You don't trust your own skills in the bedroom. You don't trust your own skills as a partner. Like, you got to keep her on a fucking short leash. You're just basically trying to find a new format. You're just basically trying to find a new format to hide your insecurity. That's it. It's not that you're insecure, it's that this is a valid reason. And a lot of men have these kinds of opinions, especially when they're younger. You know, it's a normal thing, given the constructs that we exist under. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Point is, you should grow up and reflect if you have these kinds of undesirable traits. If you have these kinds of fears, you should try to isolate and identify why you have these fears, try to understand why you have these fears, and work against them. Okay? So Adam 22 is a hero? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want someone to completely change after they get with you, then what the fuck did you like about them in the first place? Do you just want a servant and a sex doll? Okay, why are you saying a reasonable thing here and then immediately following through with this? Is it just because you want to fucking start shit? No, Adam 22, Adam she was only 16 is not a hero, okay, by any metric. If anything, him like promoting how much of a cuck he is now has very successfully, one, marketed him and his wife's porn career, and two, has moved the conversation away from Adam 16, like very openly, moved the conversation away from Adam 16 to just Adam 16 is a cuck. If people can't recognize it, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's very obvious. It's all over my fucking timeline on Twitter. Everyone's talking about how friend of the show Jason Love was dick deep inside of Lena the Plug, Adam 16's wife. Brilliant. Brilliant marketing tactic. Are you a supporter of open relationships? Yes, of course I am. I am a supporter of open relationships. If someone wants to do it, I've been in an open relationship. If someone wants to do it and it's for them, they can do it. Being in a monogamous relationship is also fine. The point is having a conversation from the beginning. Okay? Open relationships are mutual and consensual. Exactly. If she's next in the roster, apparently, did you get your ticket yet? I would never go anywhere near either of those people. Let's be fucking real. Either of those people. Yet I would never go anywhere near either of those people. Yet I would never go anywhere near either of those people. Let's be fucking real. Not that anyone was off.
Oh shit, more bounties.
Jonah Hill not just setting boundaries like you just stated. No, he wasn't. Because they were already in a relationship at that point. And also, not all boundaries are normal and understandable. If you're saying, hey, we got into this relationship, and in the beginning I thought it was a monogamous relationship, but you want to fuck other dudes, well, I'm not comfortable with that, then, you know, you should not be in a relationship with me. That's an understandable boundary, okay? That's an understandable boundary. But if you're like, hey, we got in a relationship because I thought your fucking surf photos were sexy, but now I'm realizing I don't want you to post any surf photos or do surf instructing or do anything that you normally do or hang out with your girlfriends, then that's an unreasonable boundary. There's a difference between boundaries that you set for yourself or demands that you make of your partner. There are reasonable demands you can make in a relationship. Some of them are given, some of them are already like expected, and some of them
Give me
are
that dark steel bounty.
agreed upon before
Flawless
you get in
dark
a fucking
steel.
relationship.
Please, Kupo.
Okay? But if you're like
Grim Reaper?
a year or
Oh,
6 months
definitely
into a
one of these
relationship and
guys.
you're like, well, you know what? I don't want you to be in any fucking... I don't want you to look hot on your Instagram, actually, I've decided. Stop posting on your Instagram. Stop doing your job. I don't want that, then okay, well, that's not a reasonable boundary. Anyway. That is gonna make the new Jonah Hill thing, the new Hogwarts wizard game, I can tell. No, they're not. The biggest red flag I got was when he said, based on your past behavior. Huh.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. The day has finally come, guys. There's no more drama. No more. Yesterday morning, I walked down to the drama well with high hopes for the beginning of the week, hoping a lot of drama would come. But I come back with bad news. Internet, it's been in a drought, okay? Ever since the big Colleen boom happened, so many people have been talking about it that the influx of new drama coming onto the internet is just gone. It's gone. Everything was on the up and up on the Green Is Not Nick channel. We were seconds away from passing my main channel. Just seconds. But I think that we're gonna have to resort to plan B.
This is a regular Barbie dream house, and this is a real-life Barbie dream house.
Wow, Brent Rivera, YouTube's favorite 25-year-old teenager, is back with a Barbie dream house video that's being universally praised right now. I mean, who else can stop the B-Man from just taking over YouTube? He is the king. If you don't know Brent, he's a YouTube creator that's known for the original content he brings to the platform, such as I spent 100 hours in capsule hotels, or maybe his classic video, I built a $25,000 dream dog house. That looks like a shitty dog house. It's too small. It looks way too small. Give the dog a bigger house. You have some money. Oh, everyone know. Oh, you can't forget about I built a secret gaming room under my bed. That's a classic YouTube video. I mean, the culture that he brought to the platform with that video. We also have a hotels video. He goes on a bunch of dates. Brent loves going on a lot of dates. If there's anything that Brent loves, it's making original content and going on 100 dates. That guy could go on so many dates. Put me in a video where I gotta go on 3 dates. Kill me. I wouldn't do that. Well, 100? That's more than that. Oh my god. One of the comments on Brent's video is by a user with a photo that I'm gonna have to blur. And the comment says, I'm constantly amazed by your creativity and originality. Your videos are a true delight. Keep up the fantastic work and keep us coming back for more.
Okay, as I'm recording this, I'm realizing that all of Brent's commenters are porn accounts. They're all spam porn accounts. Like, literally, you go into the comments, which are full of children, and it's just a bunch of explicit photos of women.
So I just wanted to check in on our little minimum wage earner to see how everything's going lately. And for most of you, you haven't
God
really seen
damn
this
it,
since my
Chocobo,
video
just
on
turn.
Wednesday. I posted a video on Friday. I ended up taking it down because
Turn
I
where I
disagreed
want.
with some of the stuff I said in that video. I wish I phrased it all a little bit better. Monday, still couldn't find a video idea. Today, still couldn't find a video idea. And then Brent plopped into my lap, and I mean, who doesn't love talking about Brent? So I hope you guys enjoy this at least. Thank you for understanding.
Oh,
if you
there
want
you
to check
are.
out He Said Us channel, the other channel after this video,
What up, man? Here to
I'm
kill you.
shooting with Dev, and we're going to talk about this musician I want to show her. You should check it out. Here's a slice of the video.
I'm gonna come on that ass. Come on your little butt cheeks.
So
Slap
basically,
him
the way
around.
Brent's little Barbie game is going to work is that his
Ooh,
friends
no
are gonna
dick.
compete in a bunch of
What am I gonna
challenges,
do with
and
you?
the winner will win the keys to Brent's Barbie Kingdom. And by Barbie
Perfect.
Kingdom, I mean this warehouse that he spent
Perfect.
$20,000 on. I know his friends are going to be super excited to jump in the Barbie pool that looks very wet. And maybe they can stop in the kitchen to stare out at the scenery, or they can eat pink Cheerios, I guess. I feel like YouTubers took the concept of Mr. Beast building a real-life Willy Wonka factory, and then they just tried to figure out how to do it with like less than 5% of the budget. Oh, Squid Game is popular now? Okay, boom. There's our version of Squid Game. Really exhilarating stuff for these kids to watch. They really get it all. But to the viewers of Brent Rivera, they don't care about the production value. None of that matters to them, because the reason that the kids watch these videos isn't for the big setting and all the pink stuff in the warehouse or whatever. They want a good competition. They care about it for the love of the game. No one's going to the arcade to play that little coin game just to push coins off. They don't like that game. The point is the storyline. The point is the excitement, the exhilaration, the expectation of a prize. It's not about the actual prize you get. It's the working for your money, picking, lifting, grabbing yourself up from your bootstraps. In
Good
this
shot,
country,
Joshua.
and
47
making
damage.
money for
Beautiful.
yourself. That's what really makes these YouTubers shine on the silver screen. You guys know what it is. I made a music video with my friends for my band Queef Jerky. That's out now too. Everyone's saying that they're starting to understand the Queef Jerky train. They're all starting to get it. It's starting to come together for these guys. Okay, let's go on with the video. Brent brings his friends into the Barbie dream house for the first time so they can get a good look at what their prize is. And you wouldn't believe the reactions that we're getting from all of these people.
Are you guys ready to see the dream house?
I'm so ready.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I know these guys are all successful YouTubers who likely won't be off the walls about a $20,000 high school play stage, but you'd be a bit surprised. These guys freak out for this Barbie dream house. They love this thing. These freaks are excited.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's like a whole ass resort.
Holy crap.
If you saw that dude's reaction in real life, you'd think he just saw the castle of his dreams. He just got the castle of his dreams. I mean, with this kingdom, we might as well throw a robe and a crown on him and call him King Seth, or whatever his name is.
Where did you get this from?
Oh, I don't know, Kevin. That's a really good question. Where did Brent get all this stuff, huh? Where does he find all this stuff that he brings to you all the time? Where does he even get it from? Did he build it himself? Is he a
What
carpenter
happened to
or
you? Why'd you go
something? I mean, there's a
invulnerable?
goddamn fireplace in this
Come,
place. There's a
what
pink
the
goddamn
fuck was
fireplace.
that?
But we're about to
You
get
gotta be
the
kidding
Barbie
me!
for the first time, so let's check it out.
Oh my god.
So once I got a better look at the fireplace, it's not as exciting as I thought it was gonna be.
You've got to be
Check it out.
fucking
You guys have
kidding
everything
me.
in this dream house that it would take to make you Barbie, to turn you in.
And it restarted his health.
Jones, or whatever her name is. Barbie
Oh.
Jones. Her whole name is Barbara.
Wasted my
Millicent
goddamn
Roberts.
potions.
Millicent?
My
I mean, everyone
tonics.
knows Barbie's classic
Fucking
sun hat
asshole.
that she wears. Everyone loves that one. And everyone
Jesus.
knows she's a guitar enthusiast. And of course, I mean, duh. It's not Barbie without the 7 pairs of sunglasses on your wall.
He keeps
Come on.
fucking
And
disappearing
Brett's
too,
friend is
goddamn pussy.
seriously hyped up about this Barbie dream house. He could not be more excited.
It's nicer than my house. Can I move in here?
This dude has never seen a dream house that he's wanted more. Seriously. And listen, I don't know where Brent stows away his minions at the end of a long work day or whatever, but I do hope that this guy ends with a special
Man, stop
surprise for
spamming
Brent
the
himself
goddamn-
at the end of the day. I mean, look at his face.
His
Do you really
discs.
want to say no to this guy? You really want to take his prize away? You know, he's gonna do his trick and you want to take his prize away after he does his trick?
Oh my god, there's a slide.
Every other friend of Brent looks like they're just playing their role. They're there to check in their check or whatever. But this guy is legitimately in awe of what Brent puts on his front door. Every time he looks like he's in full disbelief, jaw wide open, to the floor. The floor! I just know he's gonna do these challenges like a real Barbie house is on the line. A $20,000 house that's made from plywood that's gonna get taken down later that day, but, you know, it's a good prize.
There's candy on the wall. How long did this take?
This guy needs to know how something like this even happens. His brain can't even operate over how this could even come to be, how this stuff even comes to fruition. He shows up and there's a Barbie house there. How does Brent do it?
God, it's like a whole ass resort.
I keep pausing to talk about this guy, but he's so funny. He just goofs off. He has a good time. He's excited to play the game. I can't blame him for that, okay?
This would actually be so fun to have, just to wake up and just be able to do that.
Right? What did that guy just say?
This would actually be so fun to have, just to wake up and just be able to do that.
Right? I did not hear him. You gotta play that part. You gotta play it again. I could not hear him at all.
This would actually be so fun to have, just to wake up and just be able to do that.
No, I think we need to play it slower so we can hear him.
This would actually be so fun to have, just to wake up and just be able to do that.
No, that was faster. That was definitely faster.
This would actually be so fun to have, just to wake up and just be able to do that.
Oh, he just said that this would actually be so fun to just have to wake up and just be able to do that. That's true. I never even thought about that. It would be fun to do that. It'd be fun to wake up and just first thing you do is slide down a plastic slide coming out of your brightly lit pink bedroom. And this is the part of the video where all my haters come in and they go, "Oh, Nick."
Or you better not disappear again. Go out of bounds, I swear to God. I'm gonna blow up my PS5.
To win this dream house.
Who are we competing against? Dude, who do you think you're gonna compete against?
Die, bro.
You're in
Thank
Brent
you.
Rivera
Jesus.
video. Every single video you
Give
face
my
your
Dark
friends.
Steel.
And
Let me
you're
get
gonna
the
ask right
Ultima.
now who you're gonna face
Does he
against.
have it, or is it
There's
the
5
knight?
of your friends in the room who are there for the same. What do you think? Who do you think is gonna
Level up and give me the Dark
show up?
Steel.
Does this guy think the Harlem Globetrotters are gonna show up?
Yes!
And whatever, who cares about that joke? It's a basketball joke.
Over to
You guys
Blackthorn.
get it. Let's get to these challenges. Basically, Brent's first challenge is he gives
Trying to get the
each
best sword in the
team-
game.
Obviously, the teams are boy
Let's
and
go.
girl. That's the only way you can do teams on Brent's channel.
God damn!
Brent gives each of them a bunch of pink stuff. He tells them they gotta blend it into a smoothie and they gotta chug the whole thing. And if you don't, you gotta go home. You don't get the house. No $20,000 for you. No, Barbie house is going bye-bye. Now it's a bit of a confusing concept. It's not like a race. They sort of all separately blend the smoothies at different times, and then the other teams just yell at the guys to drink it most of the time. In terms of challenges, this could be better. It's not really like an exhilarating like challenge. It's more of just something gross to introduce the game to them. I don't know. It's pink. It looks funny. It gets us closer to the shiny Barbie keys. I say it's good. So after Brent screams at his friend to chug his hot dog smoothie, I guess we all win and we get to go to the next challenge. That was pretty much useless.
All right, so this next challenge is the not your hands challenge.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that is.
Brent's friends are
Blackthorn.
instantly baffled by what a
Give me
not
that
your
goddamn
hands
Goddard
challenge could
dung.
be.
What does that mean?
Look at that. Not your
And now the ultimate weapon.
This one is stumping me.
Let's go.
What the hell does not your hands mean?
What does that
Shit's
mean?
on everything else.
This dude's shaking
Nothing's
his head like
good.
he's pissed. It's like he heard the words "not your hands."
I could make another
challenge
one.
And he fucking
Oh.
freaked out. I mean, what's the big deal, dude? Come on. The new game is makeup but without your hands. I know it's a crazy concept. I don't know how Brett comes up with it. He must have all the top writers in Hollywood locked in the closet. And he
9
screams
inches
at them
16.
to come up with new concepts for games. So whoever has the worst makeup.
God
has to
damn,
go, basically.
700.
I don't know why the last game had.
Look
no
at that
weight
big
on
old
whether
duty.
anyone would leave the game.
Shitting
Everyone
on
just
him.
had to drink gross shit and then they would move on to the next thing without a prize, feeling sick to their stomachs. You don't even get a prize.
Oh,
like,
that's
to
right, I had the
survive
pile
games. They
drive.
give you a advantage at least. You know, just do a bunch of shit for no reason. You don't even get a fireside chat with FDR.
Yeah, I'm gonna
or
get the
whoever
pile
fuck
drive.
Barbie's fireplace.
That was much
Come
better.
on. No fireside chat. This game starts and there's something that just cracks me up about Brent's friend in this video. There's something about him that's like always super distressed. Like he seems like he really cares about winning the challenges, and I feel like that's why I identify with him, because I feel like he's just as stressed about the game as everyone else.
Damn,
let's
look
give
at
a
that
big
thing.
shout out to
Looking
Brent's
good.
friend Michael or David or whatever his name is. Hopefully he wins the challenge.
Let's go put it
Good
to
luck
good
out there,
use.
man.
We
You
got that
this.
other bounty.
Good luck out there.
Let's kill him.
Move on. Edit this. Come on. Let's get to this. So then the challenge happens. He brings this random kid out to guest judge, I guess, and they kick this dude out. I think that's a smart idea because Henry gets to stay in, and this guy never fucking cared about the game in the first place. He's a piece of shit. He treated it like it was a joke. I don't feel bad for him. I think he should fucking go home. I don't like it. Okay? Who's with me? Kick this fucker out to the street. So the final game in this exhilarating competition, I know, we're still going, is this obstacle course race type thing where they have to like walk into heels and go down the slide and get in. It's dumb. It's a piece of shit game. I hate the last game. It sucks. I'm bored about this video. I wanted to care about the last challenge because I was invested in the storyline, but they made it so confusing. I don't know if they like race at the same time or if this is like a time trial thing. I'm gonna just go into it with an open mind.
Go! Go to the side! Oh! Cross the beam! Don't fall in the pool! Oh!
Okay, so I think this is like time trial vibes. It's definitely giving me the time trial vibe of the whole thing, right? That's the word I was looking for. And I don't really know what this guy is doing with the truck here, but before I know, it's over. The whole game's over. And then they spend so much time.
I don't get an achievement for getting the Ultimate Sword.
I thought maybe it's time for me to unmute the video now. So I click and I try to see what happens.
It's a tie!
So it turns out the whole goddamn thing was a tie. Yeah, I told you right. It's a tie. That doesn't make any sense. But what does make sense is that my boy, Eric, gets a chance to win now. All he has to do is listen to Brent's final challenge and off to the races it goes. And I'm sure that that final challenge will be totally normal and not questionable at all.
So for the tiebreaker, this is called Simon Says. Zoe is going to be playing with her Barbie and Ken doll. Whatever she does with the Barbie and Ken dolls, you guys have to do.
No
Okay,
shit.
Yeah, that's a Brent Rivera game. Yep. That's like the Brent Rivera game, is how can I somehow make it so a guy and a girl have to listen to directions on what they should do in front of me. If you haven't seen Brent Rivera's videos, that's like most of his videos, is like, oh, there's a guy and a girl, one of them is my sister most of the time. Okay, let's try to see what I can do to make you guys have sex on camera without actually getting demonetized. That's Brent's world. We're just living
Let's
in
make
it.
everyone as uncomfortable as possible.
You guys have to do. In like real life? In real life.
Oh, hey, pussy, you got the obelisk.
Donkey brain.
I could have teleported here.
What are you talking about? Sorry, I lashed out there. I lashed out at my number
Let's
one
go.
boy. Anyways,
Come on.
the ending isn't that great. The girl asks them to kiss. They don't kiss. That's too PG-13 for Brent. They can throw around all the vulgar words they want, but the moment you try to get them kissed, you're not getting it. You don't get that. What a dorkwad. What a virgin loser. Anyways, guys, that's my time here. I have been Green is Not Nick here on this channel. If you liked this video and you want to see more of me, you should subscribe to the channel. I'm making videos 2 or 3 times a week. Over on my other channel, He Said Us, I'm making videos a few times a week. Let's see.
Where you going, man?
Again, Dev and I are making a video about this guy, this awesome singing guy. You should check it out. It's going to be up here on the screen. Thank you for watching the video. Come back on Thursday or Friday or whenever I'm putting one out, and follow me on Instagram for updates and to tell me stories about stuff. That's it. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Bye-bye-bye.
Oh, that was it. Bro, jump over the... What the fuck was that? That was pretty quick. The Ultima Sword's kind of nice. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. Come back tomorrow, do all the side missions.